Happy Friday, Feliz Viernes.
Yes.
You are now tuned into Ladies Night Radio Show. It's your girl, Mysterious Jax, coming to you live from the Good News radio station. Also here with me is my beautiful co-host, Mari on the mic.
Hey, y'all. Feliz Viernes.
And the ladies. That's where you come say hey.
Hey, guys. It's Myra.
The ladies in the background are supposed to say hey. Yeah, we're going to work on that. It's okay.
It's a work in progress, y'all.
That's kind of where I was going with today. That's why I wanted you guys to sit on the same side. So
now we know we're going to get information for next week. So we'll be prepared for y'all. Don't worry.
I have you on mute, Maria. My bad. Go ahead. Now you're on mute.
As usual. Hey, it's Maria Chavela on the mic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I got to be careful with you. With you, I never know. So I always keep you muted, just FYI.
Listeners, tune in and tell her.
See, I can't hear you because you're not even in the mic.
Tune in and tell her, please.
Let's get in this chat box.
One, two. I'm about to start rapping on this mic.
Let's
please
not.
don't.
No.
Can you hear me, though?
Fans, you guys got to stop her. Please comment.
Comment in if you can hear me, please.
Start a GoFundMe.
I need to know.
Oh, my God. If you were, no, you know what? Go ahead. Drop one. Let's go. You going to rap? Go.
Oh, whoa. Hey, I got to...
Hey, you're on the ladies' night. Oh, it's Chabelita here, coming to you from the Hoover City mic.
Oh wow! Oh no!
Oh my
God!
Yeah.
Came to shut that down.
What are you guys doing? Are you gonna give her something or nah? Nah.
Bruh.
That was
She thought that was somebody in the crowd.
Yeah, that was horrible, Maria. What was that? What's going
It's okay.
on?
There's nowhere to go but up.
Yes. Hey,
Positive
like
mindset.
I hear sounds. Who's playing videos? Is that over here in your computer?
Is it me?
Somebody's app is on. Oh, it's Kosi's. I was like, what's going on? Right.
We are getting it together for y'all. Don't even worry.
I got a text message from Keith at 7:36 to say, "Y'all all right?" I know, Keith. We started a little late, but it's not our fault. We were really, really, really trying to wait for our guests, but they're not here yet. So so I waited as much as possible. So if, I know they're listening probably, and if you guys better get here. I told you guys to get here at 7:00. See, I can't mess with y'all. But yeah, so I was like, I gotta start the show.
True.
People are waiting. I waited long enough. So what was like 7:37? I started. I think I don't know. That was 7 minutes. I gave you guys 7 minutes. You guys should have been here already. And it's so funny because I wasn't planning to say a story, but now I feel like I gotta say a story.
No, the people want it. We love consistency.
All right.
We look forward to your energy.
Story time. Let me see. What story should I share today?
Oh,
I wonder if I should share the Beyonce story today.
I don't know. I feel like that's a good one, and I think that everybody wants to hear it, so we should wait on it.
Kosi said no.
No.
My producer said no. I got to wait for a big one for that. So you guys cannot hear the Beyonce story today.
No funny ones, no grocery store ones, New Year's, cops, getting pulled
You were
over.
with me New Year's. What story can I share? Past New Year's, a New Year's story. Okay. This is a quick, short one just in case they pop up. Have you guys ever been to Vegas for New Year's Eve?
Vegas? No.
Crystal you were just there. I got Crystal in the building. Shout out to Crystal. I've known her since high school. We play softball together and we just lost a big championship game on Wednesday. It was all bad. It was really bad because our team kept talking a lot of shit. And those are the type of games that I hate to lose, when you're being so cocky, talking shit, and then we didn't back it up at all. We lost pretty bad. Well, we lost by 1 point, but we were down by a lot.
Down the entire game?
Yeah, down the entire game. Yeah. I don't know if it's because we hadn't played in like a month or what it was, but we had our whole squad there. Why did we lose? Errors. We weren't hitting. The guys were not hitting. The girls were hitting good. Mm-hmm. Amanda was hitting. You were hitting. Like, everybody's hitting the corner spots, but the guys weren't hitting their usual. Nope. So it kind of sucks. It made me feel like shit when I left the field. But you know what? I got to give it up to the team because this team is brand new. They took a lot of shit from us, a lot of shit talking, and they weren't as bad as Pink Sox. Pink Sox, every rule, they were like throwing up a red flag. Yes. Like, blue. Like, we literally spent most of the game.
First pitch.
Yeah, after the first pitch. They were like complaining about everything. But I don't know. I don't know if you guys play sports. We're very competitive. Crystal's very competitive. She's the most shit talker on our team.
She's already ready. She's back here. She got up real close to the mic.
Crystal, you are one of the most shit talking. You were talking shit to the Blue last time.
They are always
She was fighting the umpire. And it was about what? The ring, the bracelet. She wears this bracelet all the time. And I think this umpire just doesn't like you. But it's because you give him a hard time. Yes, you do.
Said it was one time.
You give him a hard time. You do, I gotta admit. But you guys go back and forth, so it's fair. Yeah, that was a funny game, though. But she's very competitive. She talks a lot of shit. But she can back it up, though, for sure. Crystal can back it up. So back to my story. Story time. New Year's, Vegas. Yes. Have you guys ever been to Vegas for New Year's?
No, it scares me.
So just to give you an idea, what they do, I don't know, because I haven't been there in years. This was back in 2005 that I can remember. But they close off all the streets, or the main streets. And so pretty much everybody's taking over the streets, walking. They got their drinks in their hand. And you were just there, right? What happened? Like I
was inside.
You were at a club.
Yeah.
Oh, see, no, I was walking the strip, and I was wait. Don't they have screens or something? And they have like the drop at I think at the MGM or somewhere, yeah. And so I'm walking the streets. It's like 11:55. We got 5 minutes, and obviously we've been drinking, so I have to use the restroom. And we are right outside, I think either it was the MGM or the Caesar's Palace. And I was like, you guys, I got to go use the restroom. And they're like, we have 5 minutes. Like, you don't have time to go pee. And you know, if you've ever been in Vegas, it is crowded. Like, the streets are crowded. And so I was like, I can't. I'm not going to just pee over here on myself. Like, so I ran to inside the casino. And as I run in, and you guys know how girls' bathrooms are. The line was ridiculous. It was like around the corner. It was at least a 15-minute wait, and I was like, "No, this is not okay."
Yeah. So what did you do? We want to know. What did you do?
I peed into my hands. No, I didn't.
In a bush.
Just kidding.
Somebody covered you with a towel.
Somebody put their hands together.
You know, you took a run for it.
They put their cup under me.
You found a dark rug.
Those are some real friends. No, I did what any girl would have done in my situation.
Cried.
And
you said you were pregnant.
I cried, and I just peed on myself.
Oh.
No.
I would have said I was like pregnant or something to get closer to the front.
I'm just kidding. But
the Jackie Cool car.
No, so what I ended up doing,
her friend started leaving. She said, "Did you really?"
I did not, but I was, oh man, and you know that time when you really gotta pee.
You're like crying. That's how bad you gotta pee.
Like your face is turning red, you're turning hot. You just have to let this out. You're gonna explode. And kind of like what Maria happened right now before the show. That's another story.
That's her story. Don't even relate those two.
Yeah, I cannot compare what you just did today. No shame.
We'll get back to that. We'll have a segment on that.
Just that. Rules. Like there should be like rules for that. Anyways,
social rules.
Social rules. You know, do not poo-poo before.
Hey, it's all right. Hey, moving on.
I told you I was going to put you on blast on the radio. Don't be doing that before my show.
Anyway. She wants to explain herself now. We don't want that.
No. Crystal's like, I can't believe you did that.
Crystal was like, I knew it. I knew it.
A lesson. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Okay? Keith has these signs.
Say it loud. Say it proud.
Don't you dare think of doing that next time. That'll make you think twice.
Comment in the comment box.
Okay, well, anyways, I ended up going into the male's bathroom, and obviously there was nobody in line, and there was a bunch of guys in there. I didn't care. Like, I was like, I don't care what you got. Let me just go into your stall. Let me just go. And as soon as I go in there and I'm coming out to wash my hands, there's a line of girls coming into the male's bathroom. So, like, I literally started something. But, like, the people working there couldn't even be mad because we were literally, the line was wrapped around. It was, like, 5 minutes before midnight. Everybody understood. So, we were just all trying to get in there.
And
so,
I agree.
And then I came out and made it just in time for the drop of midnight. And,
Wow, that must have been epic, though.
Yeah.
You felt good. It was midnight. It all worked out. You were like the Cinderella of the bathroom.
And I sure was. And then I got, my midnight kiss with the cutie that I was with. So it was dope. It was a good time in New Year's Eve, for sure.
Vegas.
For sure. All right. Did you want to share your story real quick about what happened? You want to
explain? Don't do it. Hey, look at my face. Don't do it.
I did not. I just had to use it.
Deny.
Jackie just smelled something that was left over from last night. It was
not me. Is that what it was?
It was her conscience, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
This is the way she sees people.
Right. And that wraps up story time. I'm glad I was able to share that quick story with you guys. So yeah. So guess who just walked in?
Perfect timing.
Woo!
Hey.
Our guest just walked in. Let's give them a round of applause. Now, y'all going to have to shake hands with everybody after the show. See, y'all late already. I need you to get on the mic.
We were ready for y'all. We were already crying. We started singing songs.
Y'all, I told you guys to be here at 7 o'clock. It is 7:45 already. What's going on? What's going on?
Blame it on the traffic. Blame it on the traffic.
Right. Well, let me introduce you guys at least. Ladies, tonight we have 2 special guests. If you live in LA and are still part of the party social scene, you might have heard about some of their events. Just to name a few, we have Mas Vida, where you get free tacos while turning up on a Tuesday. You got Amateur Night, where you get free lemon pepper wings. You got Aquaholics in the summer, the sexiest pool party. The infamous Thank You LA, which is the most lit day party with bottomless mimosas and buffet brunch, and so many more. As stated on their website, these 2 millennial entrepreneurs have come together to bring you something bigger than themselves. One all the way from Detroit, Michigan. The other one right here from my city, Inglewood, California. Ladies, help me welcome Alex McChester and Kenway Live Wilson.
Hey, that was the most lit introduction.
Wow. They are crying. They're inspired.
Can you do our EPK?
The whole intro.
I got you. Anytime. I do voiceovers too. What you want?
That was fire as hell.
That was so fire.
That's how you start 2019.
How can you even live that up? Now you got to introduce yourself.
Yeah, say what's up. Introduce yourselves. Say hi. So which one's Alex? Which one's Kenway?
You can tell by the voice. It sounds like... Nah, so I'm Alex. I am originally from Detroit, Michigan. I was born in Detroit, raised in Southfield across 8 Mile. Many people seen the movie. I was raised on 11 Mile, which is why half of our name is 88th by 11 Mile. Went to Howard in D.C., moved to L.A. in 2000. When did I meet you?
I met you like
2015. Yeah, so I moved here like 2014. So my 5-year anniversary will be this May.
Hey.
And,
half a decade.
Has LA been treating you right?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
And what about you, Kenway?
Well, my name is Kenneth. I'm from Inglewood, California. And my DJ name is Kenway Live. I've been doing events around here for a long time, especially since I was a teenager, all the way up to now. I was 28 years old. Went to school in Chicago at DePaul University. Have a degree in finance.
Hey.
Is he smart?
And came back to LA back in 2013 after I graduated, looking for a job and all that stuff. Typical millennial thing, but did not happen. And I just stuck to what the talents that God gave me, and I'm here right now doing what I'm doing. So that's just a little bit about me. I'm also 6'8", so
yes, he is. He's super
really?
tall.
You just had to make sure you put that in there.
Got a duck to get in here.
I'm just like thinking about fun facts about myself.
Hey, that is a fun fact. 6'8"?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, 6'8".
That is crazy. So how did this happen? How did you guys connect?
Funny story, which has been told so many times, but it's always great to tell. I lived in Anaheim when I first got here. Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
I lived in Anaheim when I first got here.
How about like I tell my version?
You want to tell it? Because I always tell that shit.
Tell it. You know what?
Yeah,
it's
you're
like
right.
all dark and twisted. And
like I
was,
like I said, I've been doing events for a while, and I was like putting together this pool party one day, and I was promoting it, DJing it, coordinating it, everything, just playing all the hats, and his fraternity brother,
shout out to my boy Steve,
is somebody I went to high school with, and his parents had a like sick mansion house that was like great for a pool party. So I was there, and I was throwing a party. He came, apparently, I don't remember it at all, but he came up to me and asked me for my number and all this stuff. Oh, we gonna do things. We gonna this, that, what do you? Oh, it's gonna be really cool. I was just so many people do that,
right, right.
And so like I don't even remember him doing that. The first time that he actually saw me DJ was at another pool party, not too long before that, and I was DJing on a roof. It was kind of crazy. The police came and everything, but I was like, yeah, it was really cool, and he really felt, thought I was really talented, and he hit me up. He actually followed through, hit me up, was like, yo, like, what's going on? And he was like, at first, like, I was like, bro, like, this dude is very like cut and dry. Like he's not like, he doesn't tell me like, how he's doing it that day. Like he just like tells me, he's just like, yeah, okay, we're going to do this. Are you down? What's up? Like, you know what I mean? And
did he do that for the radio show too?
Huh?
Did he do that for the radio show too?
Oh no, his whole thing is like to tell all the details and shit.
What?
But he, like no. So we started out and we had event. One event we started out at this bar on Crenshaw called what was it called? What was it called, Alex?
The living room.
The living room on Crenshaw and Adams. And shout out to Shonda who helped us out over there, who was the owner at the time. And we started doing events there. Specifically, I was a DJ, and his whole thing was like, bro, could you come and DJ for free and coordinate this show for free live?
And what was your response to that?
And I was like,
I don't do free.
No. I was like, you know what? I ain't really got nothing else going.
Okay.
So, let me give, it's another fellow black man. He's trying to get some stuff. He has came through.
Hey, hold on, wait.
Hold on. No, this is what it was.
He's crying. He's
This
crying
is what it
now.
was, bro. This is what it was, bro.
We love this.
This
Let
is
him
what
have
it
his
was.
story.
This is my perspective, bro.
You're right,
Like,
you're right.
from my perspective, I was
his
DJing
perspective.
everywhere. And, you were trying to get something together. So I was like, all right, for sure. You know what I mean? I didn't really know what to think of it.
Okay.
Didn't know nothing about it. I was just like, I'm going to just go into it and put, whatever I can into it. He wants me to come and DJ for free. I'm not going to make sure I'm making money. It's going to be something that I'm going to get a percentage of or something like that. And I was like, what? That was so foreign to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Trying to brush it off. You
But I
get
can't-
emotional.
You'll have your time, Alex. You'll have your time.
We got a rebuttal.
But
We got a
I know-
rebuttal
no.
story.
It's not necessarily a rebuttal. It's really my perspective from it. He put the whole thing together, and it was his idea for us to get together, and that's the big thing about the story of all this. But it was more so like, man, I'm just going into it, not necessarily knowing what I'm going to get out of it.
Right.
And I was like able to say, you know what, like is somebody coming here. He's followed through every single thing that he said he's going to do. So I was like, yo, let me just go through and follow through with this, and let's see what happens. I'll come through. We'll DJ. We'll see what comes of it. You know what I mean? So that was that.
All right.
That was like the start of it. That was what year was that? I believe that was the
like
end
4 years
of
ago. 3 years ago.
And now you guys have grown to throw some of the biggest lit parties in LA, Hollywood,
Right.
and everything.
And it's funny because we've talked about years ago where we're at right now.
That's crazy.
Good.
Try to tell people
It's a good
like,
foundation of just like trust and like belief in like somebody else's dream.
No, this is true.
Yeah.
So you were shaking your head, Alex. You didn't agree
No.
with
No.
all the details.
You were just getting bashful.
No. This is my dog, though. No. But at the end of the day, like, I think, how do I explain it? Like, it's, when I first moved here, I was working for, I was working for this company called Westco at the time. So when I first moved here and shit, I was like, bro, I'm kind of tired of, like, corporate America or whatever. So I saw, like, this hole in the market, and I was like, oh, this shit can, like, really crack if I do this and do that. Mm-hmm. So I was shaking my head because homeboy over here was looking for a job himself. At the same time trying to DJ, so I was like, okay, we can, like, come together. He made it sound like on some, like,
That was
like I
his
came to him, like, on
perspective.
some beggar shit, like, yo, bro. Like,
No,
nah, but I'm kidding.
That's
I'm kidding. But nah, on some G shit, though, nah, we kind of came together at the right time. It was kind of, like, it was almost like holy or whatever. Like, when I met him in View Park at that pool party, and then we started doing events, and that shit sucked at first. We really, like, our events, we was making, like, what, like $12 a pop?
Ooh.
Or like $20
it
a
was
pop.
like,
Like, we was making like gas money at the time. But
Yeah, it wasn't even enough to pay for the speaker. I was like,
yeah, that shit
renting
was
to
an
get
L.
there, like,
But
yeah.
we just kept going, and we and two different personalities, so we fought a lot, but it was popping. So we got to where we need to be. So that's where we at now.
Yeah.
So now what's your next step for you guys for 2019?
Oh, wow. There's a lot of different things. I guess let me start that one off. I would say one of the biggest
There
thing
he
about
is.
2019 is to grow our other big event brands. Like that's our big objective. We have other stuff outside of Thank You LA is our marquee event. That's the thing that's our baby. That was something that was really doing really well last year. And
I
really
love
just
that
kinda
title, by
killed
the
it.
way.
Yeah.
Thank you, LA. I'm like waiting for my shirt already. I've
Yeah.
been telling Alex, where's the
Like that gratitude.
Thank you,
that,
LA. I
like,
love
we wanna
that shirt.
come through.
Yeah, no, we're thinking about merch coming up and everything like that, but that's what 2019 is about. We have so many different event brands, like
Yeah, like tourists come through, like foreign people come to LA and want to party with you guys. Like,
I mean, we've
that's
had
a
people-
good shirt, to have. Thank you,
Yeah,
LA.
it's worked out. We've had a lot of people. Happy Founders Day. I mean, we've had a lot of people.
We have
come
Keith
over.
Good News who walked in the building, so we got to show him some love. Everybody say,
Acknowledge him.
Kneel for the night.
Happy Founders Day.
He walked
to
in
you
with
and
the sign,
Alex.
say hi or else.
Yay. Phi Beta Sigma forever. But nah, it's been cool, man. We had people come to our stuff from. I mean, now it's starting to become like a national thing. Obviously, with the internet, you know what I mean. People are able to get on Instagram and see what's happening on the West Coast from wherever. So we're having people talk about. Excuse me, I'm chirping. Having people talk about our shit from DC, Detroit, New York, Florida. We've had we recently went to Howard Homecoming, which again is my alma mater, but he DJ'd events there, and people was like, "Yeah, I've been seeing y'all stuff over there, and I really want to come to it." So on the holiday weekend, sometimes we see a lot of people come over. Like people from Vegas come and tell us, like, "Hey, I came from Vegas just for this." So it's been cool, man. It's been fun. I mean, the thing about us, like in our industry, like a lot of like what I like to call the Godfathers are like Colors, Duce Palooza now, and
Grits and biscuits.
Grits and Biscuits, yeah. So those like the Godfathers are like a special event industry. So for our for our kind of demographic, and with them, it's been cool to kind of like watch them and see how they how they've grown. I mean, some of them started like in 2009.
Yeah.
So we started in 14 or something like that. So it's been cool. Like we got to a point where like this event is now. Well, thank you, LA. It ended last September, but it was doing like our last one was 1,800 people.
1,800 people.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like that event
No, it was
is
like
so crazy.
it was right around it was right under 1,900.
Almost 2,000.
And
Almost
these are
2,000.
that's a day party.
And that's like something that like you probably aren't like you could if you continue to push on like different platforms, like that would just easily exponentially grow to more.
Yeah,
and there's just so much like money in market and like platform in that.
You'd be surprised. I mean, like partying is like an inelastic service, so no matter what, people always gonna want to party, no matter like what the economy looks like. So we just were able to find a sweet spot within the market that allowed us to really throw a lot of like crazy events. And for us, what separates us from a lot of different teams is that we have so many like brands under our umbrella.
Right.
So we have, Thank You LA was one, but we have like we're at 8 now.
We're like at 7
So
or 8.
Mas Vida,
Every
Amateur
single
Night.
event is like an expression of our creativity.
Yeah.
It's like a canvas. We approach an event with it like a canvas and saying like, yo, like, what's something that we can create that's fresh, new, and exciting?
And you guys
That's
have done
really
that.
dope.
Like you guys have your Mas Vida. They get free tacos at their event.
No more
free
paying for tacos.
And it's not fake tacos. They
more
have
paying for tacos.
they have somebody like
Al
a
pastor,
Latino. I don't know
like
if she's
somebody-
Mexican, but she's
I
back.
think she is, right?
She's back there making tacos and giving you like the real tacos.
made like off the stove.
Yeah,
fresh.
Yeah, for
it
sure.
is dope. And then they
She had a
have.
crush on you, right? That's what you were telling me.
Is that why you got more?
Oh.
Whoa.
But what
Whoa.
made you guys like think of giving free
Well,
food,
okay,
like free tacos,
hold on,
free
that
lemon
one-
pepper wings,
You know,
like
that one was the free tacos specifically was
It was the
something
market,
that
y'all.
inside of that meeting was like it was one of those like, oh, look at Kenway doing this thing, like he's just that'll never happen. Like that was really the vibe, but it was like when you actually sat and thought about it, you were like, yo, low key, that is just so
It makes more sense.
crazy from the market. It's like, yo, like don't worry about coming and paying for tacos. It's just free tacos.
And it makes people want to like pay more to get in and pay more for drinks. So it's kind of
that
like
too.
smarter marketing.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
they were. It was specific. We were talking to this venue owner, and we were just talking about drink prices and talking about taco prices and stuff like that. And I was just like, bro, what if the tacos were just free? And
Yep.
and he was like, well, would that work? And then we did some numbers, see how it worked, and it actually kind of worked. So.
Yeah.
smart move for sure. So if you guys have never been to any of their events, I definitely recommend you guys check them out, and you can follow their Instagram on. Go ahead, Alex. You want to let your Instagram?
It's kind of tough, man.
I know that's why I'm telling you to say it.
People always
Say
get
it
this shit
slow.
wrong.
Say it slow.
So the way you say our company is 88th by 11 miles. So the X between our two streets is really a by, or that's the preposition for it. And you can follow us at 88THX11MILE. And that's also our website, and that's also our Twitter, and everything extended is 88 by 11 miles. So there is no TH, Jackie, in my
Wait, spell
streets.
it.
That was a typo, and I even said my bad typo. But I was texting you because I wanted to know if the X was and. I was like, how do you say it? Is it 88th and 11 mile? What are you pointing at? Oh, she said it wrong. No, it's only 2 8s.
It's only two.
Maria, it's 2 8s.
88.
Get it right for
By
y'all.
11 miles.
Sorry.
Two. People like struggle with that, man. It's crazy because you think it's like bad simple, but people struggle with it. But
But that's why I texted
Well,
you. I was
like,
like, is
if
it and?
88?
Okay, so how you like kind of think of it is an intersection. So
Yeah.
like if you were to say like, okay, well, Kenway lives on 88th and he lives on 11 Mile. Okay, 88th and 11 Mile. You see
That's what you see the
You can
and.
say and
You
or
said
by.
and.
Either or is
by,
cool.
like,
Either
that-
or is
that's why
cool.
we put the X there. You know?
That
Either or is
that
cool.
was my
We all
question,
get
Either
it.
or
Alex.
is cool.
In
All
the
right.
grammar
All
class teacher mode right now.
right. Either or is cool.
I'm
Either or
thinking
is
y'all
cool.
grammar.
So we'll go ahead and talk more about that later. But of course, we got to jump into our next segment, which is game time.
Game
That's right. You know, it's one of
You
my.
made it just in time.
It is
Oh,
one of
so
my.
y'all want to play games?
Y'all
huh?
got cups, yes. Y'all want to play games
Bro, all you
now.
got that radio.
Yeah.
It's 2019. Hey,
Oh, I love that shit.
Keith, sit down.
Keith is dancing to the Price is Right sound. That is not our sound, just FYI. Okay, so I brought these little bottles. They are single malt Scotch whiskey. So I'm going to pour a shot for you, Kenway.
Oh my god.
And I'm going to pour a shot for Alex.
She didn't even ask me if I'm drinking.
It doesn't matter.
You are now.
Right.
You are
Damn.
now, though. There's no question.
Damn.
So I was supposed to be not drinking until Memorial Day. That was my whole thing.
So guess what? You might not even
Why?
have to drink. You might not even have to drink.
I'll
let
be
me
a team
let
player,
me
bro.
explain the
I'll take it
rules.
for you.
So let-
I'll
yeah,
take
okay,
it
for sure. No,
I'll
no,
be a
it's
team
okay.
player,
Let me
just in
explain the
case.
rules.
Nah, I'll play games.
They said take a shot for every time somebody says, what is it like?
I got a bag more. So,
Dry
if you want.
November- January?
So this is pretty strong, but
Those are actually like quiet as. You can take those on the airplane.
yes,
like the shooters.
as long as
I don't know
no,
if people knew that.
not glass. You can take the
That's a fake
plastic
one.
ones.
That's the same.
The plastic
Oh.
ones.
That's
Yeah, the little bottles.
trick.
You can take the plastic ones on the flight. Trust
Yeah.
me. Me and Crystal know this. When we went to Dallas, we had them packed up.
Like 20 of them in there.
So this game is called Truth or Shot. So I got a bunch of questions in here that my producer has
You did not
written.
pour enough shots for him.
No, it's okay. I got more bottles
What?
over here.
No, we good. Shit.
And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull a stick out and you're gonna read the whole question,
Oh.
and then you answer it. It's that easy. If you don't want to answer it, you can take the shot.
Nah, let's just tell all the truth and the whole
There,
truth.
that's what I'm talking about.
I'm like, no thanks.
But if you want to take a shot, that's okay.
Yeah, sometimes truth can be a little bit.
Oh, college.
yeah.
That's what I remember. That song remind me of college right there.
R. Kelly was like a hella
You
shot.
remember
today.
those nights, though?
Oh, no.
All right, who wants to go first? Do you want us to go first, or do you want to go
Y'all
first?
go first.
All right.
Ladies
Home
first.
court advantage.
Mighty, show them how it's
I
done.
always have to drink.
That's what happens when you're my co-host.
Okay.
You go first.
I gotta prepare my liver.
All right,
time.
we'll find
All right.
out.
What lie have you told that hurt someone? Oh my!
Ooh.
Oh,
I think right off the bat, though, I'm just gonna take this shot.
Man, the lie was that bad?
Damn.
It was that bad for real?
Nah, you just
y'all.
gotta like think about it, bro. Like
I don't have time. Oh, there should be a time
that's what I'm
limit.
saying. Like there should be.
There's a 10-second
But-
time limit, y'all.
That
No,
actually
no,
is
no,
a good
just a
idea.
Oh, no.
Just wait.
That'd be crazy. I was like, I'm out.
We're sharing that one. All right, Alex, you're next.
All right.
Pull one. See, it's not that bad.
Nah. it's
They're not that bad.
What's the most useless thing?
Wait, what? No, turn it around.
Oh, damn. Okay. What's the most useless thing you know how to do?
Don't lie now. Don't lie.
The most?
8.
Wait, come on. Wait.
Seven.
Wait. I ain't know the 10-second countdown. Hold on. No, wait. I gotta think about the question though. The most useless thing I know how
It
to
takes
do.
5 minutes to read the question again.
I don't even know.
That's what I'm saying. You got. I put
Mow the
gotta put myself
lawn.
in
Do you
the
wanna pull-
mind state.
Do you wanna
Take
pull
that
another
shot,
one?
though. Just take the shot.
No, wait.
No, let him peel another one.
Wait. Do you pee in the shower? Hell yeah.
Ah,
Hell yeah.
It's so gross. That is
Hell
so
yeah. But I
gross.
pee in the
Okay.
thing though.
That's
in
what
the
they
circular.
all say.
Okay.
That's what
In the
everybody
drain,
said
I
before
swear.
you.
Okay,
I
so
swear.
can somebody describe to me why it's gross?
Right. What's wrong with peeing in the shower?
What about other people that about to get in your
Yeah, they don't
shower?
want to. They
Do
don't
you
want
wanna
to
be
bathe
up-
in your pee.
Yeah, do you want to be?
I mean, I clean my shower though. Like y'all
Yeah,
clean
right
your shower.
after
Clean
you-
after every time.
Right after
No.
you shower.
No.
What if I
don't.
get in there
But-
and I'm doing that too?
Get on the mic. I can't hear
Take
you.
it back.
No, but listen, I'm saying,
Do
if you pee in the
shower while
drain.
you're showering, or do you just go and pee in the shower?
Oh no, it's definitely
See,
while
we
you're
gotta-
showering.
We can aim, so we can.
That is
you know
also
what I
true.
mean?
Shout outs to God for that. That's what's up. God was looking out on that one. Shout outs.
You know.
Yeah.
I do y'all pee in the shower?
Are you throwing like bleach down
No,
the drain
I
at the same
think-
time or what?
I think all men pee in the shower. Keith,
I
you
think
pee in the
there's-
shower?
Yes,
I think all
because-
men pee in the shower.
Because women shed hair, and so when
Yeah,
you're
what's the difference?
cleaning
And y'all
your tub
clog up
and
the
you
damn
got,
drain.
You know, hair stuck in the drain.
But the hair
you
stuck in
gotta
the
take
drain,
that
then you're
drain out.
peeing, then
Yeah,
you're
so
this,
you
and
gotta
you're
think
Yeah,
about
but the
all
pee
that is
knots
in there.
is
Yuck.
liquid.
Oh,
It's staying
shit.
in the hair though.
Also, too.
Oh yeah.
Those are bodily fluids.
Also, too, scientifically, urine is clean though.
There's a Bill Nye episode about this.
Urine is clean. It's 100%. You can drink your own urine.
I know, that doesn't mean it's clean, big fella.
But your own.
Big fella,
Bro,
it's not
listen.
clean. It literally is bacteria in that bitch.
Bro, it's definitely,
Like,
you can drink
That's
your
why
own
it's
urine.
different
Definitely
colors.
waste
It's-
out of your
you can
body.
drink
Is
your
your
own
pee
urine, though.
clear? Is your pee clear? We want to know now. We got questions.
But that was part of the stick. That wasn't even on the stick.
All right.
That was on the stick. It's Kinway's turn.
And that was without the shot, y'all. So
My pee is moderately clear. Water.
Okay.
All right,
Water.
Kenway, your turn. Let's go.
Sometimes.
Pull a stick.
sometimes.
It can be a little yellower. Than you.
No. That's it. We're done. We're gonna mute him.
All right, Kenway's turn.
Okay. Who is
bro.
this?
You gotta
It
read
says,
it.
who is the sexist person here?
Who's
Wow.
Probably say sexiest.
That's crazy.
Who is the sexist?
Sexiest.
Oh, sexist. That'd be.
Sexiest. Oh, I see it. It's like a.
You better say the person that invited you. Who invited you here?
Yeah,
You can say your friend Alex is.
Who is the sexiest
What?
person here?
Keith is.
Oh,
Keith.
Look at
Okay,
my Thea right here in the corner, like
Bro.
with her.
Oh, wow. That's. What? You're going to have all these
Like
females
Tia,
judging you after.
She doing her
I'm
best.
like,
Hey, that lighting though. That
He's not that
lighting.
cute anyways.
Hold on. I'm like looking.
You better turn
He
around.
looking around. Oh, we got.
The hair going.
Okay, the hair going in the
Two of
background.
them are my
Okay,
sisters,
okay,
my
I
cousin,
think- oh,
my
really?
friend from
Family, yeah.
high school,
I think.
sorority sister.
I think when you say sexiest.
Don't say the wrong answer.
Bro,
Take the shot.
Hold on, bro.
Come on,
Let me
dog.
talk, man.
That's not even no
You
hard
better be
question.
careful.
She trying to play footsies with you.
Who's the sexy? Who has the most sex appeal to me?
Bro.
Is her with nose.
Hey!
That's my girl,
Right there.
Crystal.
You not
Okay.
invited no more.
How tall are you?
Good answer. Good answer. Great answer.
How tall are you? 5'7".
She's 5'7". She's
That's
single
not your
and
girl, is it?
dating.
Oh, that's not your girl, right?
I was just
Because he
saying
was
who
sitting
the,
right
wasn't
there.
sure. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure.
He was sitting right
I
there.
like that he asked though. I like
My
that he
bad.
asked.
I mean,
My bad.
we can all go out after if y'all
My bad,
want.
my bad.
Mingle.
Kenway like
Yes,
tall girls,
Mingo.
though. That's
Rush,
one thing
Rush
about
is down
Kenway.
the street.
Yes,
Kenway
tall
definitely
girls
loves
one
tall
time.
girls.
Thank you.
Tall,
This is
skinny
true.
girls.
This is
She's
true.
very athletic. She's
Yes.
on my softball team. She's great. She's a lefty. She's a great hitter. She's a team player. She's awesome.
I
Hit it out the park.
very nice.
She
very
does.
nice.
She's
very
gotten
nice.
home runs before, and we play in a co-ed team, so it's guys and girls. So
Oh, really?
she's gotten home runs
I
before.
didn't even know there was out there.
You didn't know
Baseball
co-ed teams?
team?
Co-ed softball?
Yeah, like just playing, just to play.
Yeah, no, we had a championship game on Wednesday.
Did y'all
Is
win?
that right?
No, we lost. I know.
But they
Don't
came
remind
in what
us.
place
We
though?
are
First
the
place loser.
champions,
No,
my
but not last place.
friends.
We came in second place. Man,
I know,
this is we're undefeated. So this new team that was in our league, they took our title.
So
So,
Jackie, it's your turn, right?
oh yeah. Where's the there's the sticks right here? Okay,
Yes.
I'm not scared. I play this all the time. Kenley, what are you talking about?
Okay, for sure.
Hey, turning red. She's gonna cut the mic.
I know. I usually take shots.
Bro, that laugh.
Wait, what?
His laugh was mad weird.
Have you thought of someone else during sex?
Jackie,
Okay.
take the
Kelsey.
shot. Take the shot.
Really?
Not.
Who hasn't?
She
Who
grabs her.
hasn't?
She grabs her coffee mug. Like
Come
we know that's
on.
not coffee.
Who hasn't
It's
done
not even
that?
on purpose though. Sometimes. It's
Yeah.
not even like-
It's an accident
You
or
could just
what?
be thinking of things. Who hasn't done that?
What do you think about your to-do
yeah,
list
like,
or what? Like,
I know,
girl,
like
you gotta get
I know what I'm. You know, if you try to keep from, you know, you trying to last longer, you try to think about a lot of different
puppies
shit.
or something
Like
or
what?
what?
I be trying to think about a lot of different shit. I be like trying to
Hey.
focus.
Think
on the
about
wall.
life.
Look at that wall. That's a nice wall.
Ain't nobody
Oh
doing
my
that, bro.
No.
No, bro, I'm bro.
Of
To
a
last
wall,
longer,
though?
bro.
No, I
like,
feel you, but
to
not of a
last
wall.
longer.
Roll his chair out.
We're not
Roll
on a
it.
wall.
The question
bro.
was someone else, not something else.
Not something,
Nah,
but
because then
someone.
that can become a fetish. I don't
Someone, though.
Wait, what
Someone.
did Keith say?
What is Keith telling
What did
you?
Keith say?
What is he whispering in the corner
What
over
did
here?
Keith say?
know. He was,
What did you say, Keith?
he was like, think of slavery. That's gonna be cool.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm like, why would you want to think about?
Hey, that's
slavery?
your hard on is done. Like that's
Yeah, bro.
Unless,
No, what I'm saying, and what I said. Hold
listen.
on, and what I said was that can turn into a fetish. That's what I'm
Nah,
saying.
That is.
Listen,
Yeah, we just saw the R. Kelly shit.
Look,
you know?
as black men though, right? If it's a white girl,
Damn.
it's like you getting back for your ancestors, so it can be kind of.
That's another segment, y'all. We
Oh,
we
no, no,
di-
no.
we
That-
diverting.
Okay, you
We
crazy.
diverting.
I'm
not
saying,
talking
big
about
fella.
that.
That can be kind of
Big
fire.
fella,
like,
you overboard right
that
now.
can be fire.
We
You can hear
we're
your
gonna keep it on
ancestors
this
cheering you
segment.
on.
We're gonna keep it on game night.
Just
segment.
FYI, they said someone else, not something else.
For our listeners.
Thinking of
Ain't
someone else during
No,
sex.
look,
Not
Next
some.
time.
That's what I was saying.
Next time.
Nobody's thinking about a wall, bro.
Someone.
Myra, you're next,
Someone.
girl.
Dang.
You get to do one.
She just took a shot.
Let's
though.
go, Myra. Yeah, I said, doesn't everybody?
Man, this is dope.
You got to say it in the mic.
Is mine is on? Yeah, it is.
Just say it.
I'm not taking shots though.
It's okay. Madi will take it for you.
Okay.
Wow.
Team player.
Who's the person you most regret kissing?
Wow.
He's listening right now.
He might be.
Oh, snap. Damn.
Um,
Took it back to elementary or something. I'm just
yeah,
saying.
elementary school.
Whoa.
That would have been an easy answer. It was him last night.
I was just going along.
This guy went on a
That's
date
an
last
easy
night.
one for me. That's my
Who?
first.
Why was that your worst?
That was just the worst.
regret.
My
But
first.
it was like, it's not a nice
Wait, how
memory,
old were you?
You
Count,
know,
though,
the
because
first,
the
yeah.
first is like
Y'all
where you
both
were,
over there like frauds. You know,
slobbering,
like-
yeah,
I
like you
should've
don't even know
never,
what way to go.
ever. I
like-
should've
She's saying the
never.
same thing about you, though, so we got to share the
No,
love.
she actually. No, never mind. I'm not. No.
Another segment,
Hey,
another
let's
time.
Keep going. Yeah, come on. Let's just keep on going.
Last
it
round.
Do you want to go to the comments real quick, Maria? What are in the comments? What are they saying in the comments?
What is our...
We're going to go ahead and end game time.
We can always count on Lily and Ashley and Kathy
Well,
to throw
Anna's
us.
asking, you think about the wall during sex?
Exactly.
What?
Weirdo.
I'm just saying it's an example of trying to.
Nah,
lie.
you
And
done
a
it.
personal
you done it before.
example.
You've done it before. Keep it 100.
Well, while you're talking about him, somebody questioning you with drinking your own pee? That's unhealthy.
Yeah.
No. Listen here.
That's where you
Listen
get all
here.
the
Listen
vitamins
here.
and nutrients.
Wait,
He
wait a
saw it
minute.
on the YouTube video.
Wait a minute. I didn't say by choice. I said that you could. Like, it's clean
If
enough.
you were
I mean,
dying.
You could drink bleach too, but
Nigga,
You
you
died.
died. What you mean? Nobody
Yeah.
drinking bleach, bro.
I know. But you
Some
could.
people, you
But
never
I'm
know.
saying you really
Could
can.
you drink Windex? Yes,
Yeah.
you could.
Laundry
But you're gonna
detergent.
die. You're not gonna die
Should.
from drinking your own urine. You won't die. You'll be perfectly fine.
Let's try it out.
All right, let's go ahead and end that.
No.
Y'all are a hot mess. So, of course, today's topic is toxic friends and unsupportive family members.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to blow our ears out.
Oh, I like that one.
So, what about your friends? Do you guys have any toxic
Ooh.
friends? Well, first, what
Describe that
When
for
I say
us.
toxic friend,
Mhm.
what comes to mind? What comes to mind when I say toxic friend?
I think of
Did you
some-
point at Kenway?
Oh, wow. Damn, we got shade over here.
Not
We
pointing
got
at
shade
Kenway.
in a light,
I
in a
was
bright
in
lit
shock.
room.
I was like,
That
it
was
it
timing
was shot
right there.
time.
Shade.
Oh,
He was
okay,
like,
okay.
this guy.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so while they doing them, I feel like when you think of a toxic friend, it's somebody that's like taking more than they're giving. That's what I think of. Somebody
that's a
taking more than
vibe.
they're giving.
Okay. What about you, Alex? What do you think of when you think of toxic friend?
I think toxic friends, like they use disguises really well. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are a lot of people that are around you that you think are there for you and think they want to like help you or see you like, you know, promote yourself to where you need to be, or try to perpetuate like the dream you have or help manifest it. But in reality, you know, they have ulterior motives. I think those are the most toxic. Those are to be honest, I think it's an amazing that skill to hone. If you're able to really be that fake around a person and be able to like have them believe in you, like, oh, he's there for me, and then a year later, like, shit falls and, you know what I'm saying, shit fall off and then he just disappears. Like, I think those are that's like a real toxic. That's like Britney Spears toxic.
Have you ever had a toxic friend?
Hell yeah, I think everybody's had toxic friends. I've had toxic girlfriends. I've had like girls that I dated and literally I might have wronged them or whatever, but like I apologize, and like years over time, it's like they always bring up what happened back then. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said
We'll
that's
touch on
definitely
that,
on the
yeah.
list. That's definitely on the list. What about you,
Yeah.
Kenway?
When you say toxic friendships,
Like, what comes to mind?
I immediately think unhealthy friendships, and unhealthy to me is anything that isn't promoting your health, isn't promoting your well-being, isn't promoting your growth. You know what I mean, or progress.
Yeah, we off that in 2019.
And sometimes we can allow people, you know, like everybody knows this, like to stay in our lives longer than they're supposed to be. Sometimes they're supposed to serve a purpose, And then, it's tough, especially for people who are like me, who like really love people or genuinely love people. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to like love them from right here. You can love them from a distance.
Far, yes.
And you know what I mean? There's been so many friends that I just knew were on different paths and that weren't on the path that I was trying to get to. And that I just knew was like not conducive to where I wanted to be. So I think that's what I think about toxic friendships. You know what I mean? Something that's unhealthy, not promoting your well-being, progress, stuff like that. So
yeah.
Have you experienced a toxic friend before?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Definitely have experienced.
Do you feel like
toxic
it's
friends.
more of like in your younger years, or do you think that it could happen at any time in your life?
I think it can happen. Actually, like it's funny because a lot of the times when you're starting out, in your early 20s or not even really like college age, like a lot of people,
that's
like even
You're
then,
vulnerable,
like,
you
that's
think?
where it's kind of like just starting, but it's not really there yet. You don't come to the self realization yet that like I'm ready to grow, I'm ready to go on and do things, and people can even think that you are impeding their growth. You know what I mean, or something like that, and you're really not. But it's really has something to do with something else. But people can feel that way about you, and people just starting to feel like, and I really think around that age, especially with our society, how we're set up, after college age, to be thinking about our growth, our futures, whatever. I think at that point is when we start to see, like, oh, this person it actually isn't really for me,
right?
You know what I mean? And I think that what's even worse about sometimes toxic relationships is that they are some of the people that are closest to us. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why you tagged on like the family and stuff like that. I think because sometimes the most toxic relationships are the ones that we can't necessarily choose in our life.
You know what's crazy though about that is like with our even with our situation, like when we first started working together, it was a toxic relationship. But and even now, like our business relationship, it's not like we didn't start off as friends. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Kenway within 88, we started off as like we butted heads every day. We argued every day, and we almost fought at one of our events. Like literally. Got to a point where I literally looked him in the face like, bro, I'm about to beat your ass. And it was just, we were.
That's real. That's
you know
real.
What I'm saying? Just keeping it 100. Like,
but that's business too. That's different.
No, at the end of the day, like, I love Ken. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I love him to death. Like, that's really my partner.
So you think you can work through toxic relationships?
You know what?
You're saying?
I don't think it was. No, I don't think that was toxic though.
No, our shit was toxic. Like, it was like ether. Like, literally, we just didn't mesh. Like, for instance, like when we first started working together, like he would pull up late. And I got titled at that. Like, we just had differences. Like even like the thing about it, you know what I'm saying, is that hold on. So the thing about it is that like
preferences over like somebody's actual character.
Not
like,
even like our situation is literally like unique. Like literally, it got to a point where not to even be modest, but we realized that we were the best at our crafts in the city. Period. Like I'm an entrepreneur and like I'm gonna do a lot of business or whatever. And he's a DJ. To me, at that time, there was nobody better that I could leave that situation for and team with somebody else. Like I personally was like, bruh. I low-key sometimes hate this dude, but he's the best at what he does. So I have to find a way to kind of maneuver through that relationship. And I think sometimes, like, God put us together in a situation for me to become a better person, be able to like, deal with people like that or deal with people that are not, like, on the same wavelength with. You know what I'm saying? Because literally there were too many times where, like, our conversations, like, if you ever, I feel like people like Diddy and Biggie had conversations like that. I feel like there were certain, like, two-player teams that were like, bro, what the fuck is you talking about? That's dumb as hell, da-da-da-da-da. But at the same time, like,
you can respect.
The thing is, though, it was this is the thing, and this is the reason why I challenge what his perspective on that is because I never really thought that he was a toxic person, that he was impeding my growth. Yeah. It was always actually you're pushing forward my growth,
right?
And it was the same thing even with him. It was like this idea that
you can't say that.
But it was like that good intention, though.
But here's the thing, though.
No,
first that shit was
when you reflect, right? When you reflect,
check it. This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is even then, bro. Like the reason why I believe that it was that we were able to get there is because we were on one accord. We understand where we wanted to get. we both were trying to
Not
get to
at
the same
first.
place.
Not at
But
first.
you guys didn't have the same goal.
No, like when we first started teaming together, right? Obviously, we had the same. Like, if you look at it, I think that's also
I just
too.
wouldn't call it toxic.
No. But
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, I think
You guys
I
were
feel like
learning how to deal with not deal with each
Yeah.
other, but how to communicate. Because just because you guys like
Because I think toxic is something where
toxic is
where
somebody
you-
that's gonna hold you back
There's no
or hold
trust.
you down.
There's no
But I'm
trust.
saying, if you okay, listen. If you listen to what I'm saying,
Okay, go
you
ahead.
understand where the level of toxicity. That's not what's the word.
Toxicity.
Thank you. God damn. How
Looked
Ruby
it
said
up.
to me.
We looked
But
it up.
the level of toxicity would come from. So literally, at first, I'm from, and this is no shot to LA, but we're gonna get real here.
We're
But
going to take it as a
I'm-
shot.
All right, hey, it is what it is. I'm from Detroit. He's from LA. When I first moved here, I really feel like LA natives were very complacent. Like LA natives in this, like they're very like, yo, like I'm chilling, like whatever, like I can do that, but I don't have to. I live with my mom, whatever, I'm good. Like they're very complacent. So when I first met him, I came more with the East Coast, like, you know what I'm saying, like the Empire State of Mind grind. Like, bro, we gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do that. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta be on it. And he's like, all right, bro, I get there when I can. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? It got to a point where like, I'm like, bro, you gotta stop this. Like, what the fuck? We trying to do this and do that. And at that time, I'm like, yo, like, but he's the best at what he did at the time, and still is. But I was just like, yo, I feel like this dude is like not holding me back, but it's so like.
But he was teaching you something. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
You know, he
That's
taught
what
you
I'm saying.
acceptance, and then maybe you
That's
taught
what I'm
him
saying.
some like a
That's
sense of
what I'm saying.
urgency.
And then the thing is, like, if I remember our early days, and because you open this book, like the thing is that his whole demeanor and attitude was something that I was like, you know what? I know I have a patience as a person, but I know right now that I need to, like, even though he is literally tone deaf, does not understand how to fucking talk to anybody.
Right.
Like,
I get what you're
right
saying.
way.
I get what you're saying. Hold
And
on.
like, bro,
We
like,
known
you know,
him this whole time.
persuasive talking was not something that I was like that he was really like.
His forte.
I will say,
Forte.
LA and people from the East Coast or wherever,
Right.
it's different. It's a
It's
different
different.
type.
Very
But see, the
different.
thing
We're,
is-
because
Very
look,
different.
when I started working with Keith, I had to really learn how he communicated
Right.
because
And
I
be
like
down for
I'm
that.
detailed person.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, we'll
That's
see
what
when
I'm
it gets
saying.
there.
That's
So
what
you,
I'm saying.
but you have to learn.
It's like he lied.
You have to
Look,
learn
I really-
Yeah, but you wouldn't
partner.
say toxic.
No, for sure. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
said.
yeah.
No,
I
I'm
think we
never
should keep
toxic.
that.
I
But-
knew that I had to learn how he worked, and he was going to learn how I worked, and we
Right,
were going to
right.
meet in the middle. And I think that's what you guys were going through.
But there's
growing
nothing
pains.
wrong with having a toxic relationship where you can fix it. Y'all can both make it untoxic. That's okay. Like there's gonna be like you're
But
not
I
gonna
fe-
be.
I almost feel like there's a differentiation between a relationship that you got to build and grow and one that's like toxic, where it's
Listen,
like, no, there's
if you
no
was-
coming back
bruh,
from that.
When this documentary come out, which is gonna be dropping down the road,
It's
when
just-
when the
No, but
88th
look,
I think
documentary-
Alex,
toxic. I think
look,
toxic. I mean people that like you have to leave that person. Like you cannot.
Listen,
Yeah,
listen.
I think toxicity is like you. That's acid. That's like you're
Watch this.
dipping. And there's
Watch
no
this.
out.
Watch how this works.
You know?
In 2016, right? 2017, I quit the team. A lot of people, I never even told nobody that. So in 2016, in December, it was 3 of us. We were called third party before we did 88. I actually walked away. I literally called him, was like, bro, I'm done with this shit. I'm about to do something different, and I walked away. For about a week, I sat and thought about it. It was like, damn, like I kind of like went through this shit. I helped start it. We're doing this or whatever on the right path, and I came back. That's just
But
to
you
show
don't remember.
you.
But you don't remember me and you having a conversation.
No, we did.
And I remember. And I don't know if it was you that called me or I probably called you.
I,
At
yeah,
that-
it was
Hold on,
somebody-
No, no, no.
I think we're having like a
Wait,
group
wait.
therapy
Hold up,
session
hold up.
right now.
I wanna address
I'm feeling
the
this.
balance, though.
This is what it's about.
This is
Let's
good.
talk
Hold on,
about
Everybody,
it.
this is
Yeah.
good. This is what I
It's
wait-
real.
But
This
I
is
want
what-
to say
This is the real stuff behind the scenes that people don't know about it because me and
Right.
Keith have had stuff
Hey,
like
yo,
that too.
hey, look, and I'm so glad you guys are here
Right.
because this is the thing. We have what is toxic or was toxic in this?
Yeah.
Was the toxic masculinity shit.
Okay,
Yes.
talk about
So
it.
we'll
Thank
have
you.
another-
So
we'll
the
have
thing is-
another
so
show
hold on.
about
Yes.
that.
See,
That
the thing
sounded
is-
good.
And
but
we'll
I
bring
don't know.
y'all back.
It's true and it
It's true.
exists. It
See,
is.
The thing
It does
is that
exist.
if you listen to what he's talking about, it has nothing to do with growth, all that stuff. It all has to do with, I'm just butting heads with him. A lot of the times, it wasn't that. It had to do with stuff that wasn't quantitative but was qualitative. And
That's
that
like
wasn't.
more
That's
like
not
the
true.
way we.
Yes, it was,
That's
bro.
not
A lot of times
Yeah.
it could be
That's not
ego.
true.
It could be
It is
ego.
okay.
Hold on, I want to take it to our
Stubbornness.
I want to take it to
It just
our
was.
chat box, our people.
Oh
that
yeah,
follow
Maria.
us, our
What's
shout out
going
to-
on over there in the chat box?
I think. Hold on, can you read Anna's quote because I loved it. It said, "A toxic friend." Tiachara, do you see it? Can you take that for us?
Yeah. So it says.
That shit booming.
You see, a toxic friend is someone.
They get in there.
There's a
Oh.
They
difference
got things to
between
say.
a toxic friend and a friend or colleague you're storming with.
She said, she goes on to say, like, somebody that's a toxic friend, somebody that's super negative, that maybe like is against or not pushing your goals, and it sounds like, you know what I mean, whatever this
can't trust
is.
them.
I feel like when I think of toxic relationships, I almost push towards my family. And I think like that was my first indicator for me about what was a toxic relationship.
But would you agree there's a spectrum and levels of toxic? Or
I
you-
would say
or
there.
do you
I would
look at
say.
it like it's
I
just
would say.
absolute or no?
I would say there's a
There's toxic
spectrum,
behavior.
but I think that there is a definable toxic relationship where it's like, please do not try to make that work, people. This is not. If you are in a toxic relationship, please do not take this as try to make it work. No. There are certain relationships that are toxic that you should refrain from, that you should push yourself away from, that you know that you are better without.
So let me give
So
you a
would
few
you-
examples
go
of what a
ahead.
toxic friend in your life can be. So the number one is like they aren't there to celebrate your success. Number two is they only care about themselves.
Yes.
They're not interested in details of your life. They don't share details of their life with you. So they just want to hear all this stuff so they can use it against you, but they won't tell what's like about their lives.
Listen to these points, Alex.
Number 5 is your.
Keep writing them down.
You know what?
I'm listening.
Number 5 is one of my favorite because literally this is so true.
Yes.
And as young, we don't
Tell the
understand
people.
that, but as we're older, we get it. Number 5 is your mother doesn't like them.
Yeah,
your
your
mom
mama.
can tell a lot about a person right away. And trust me, she caught a lot of bad friends in my life before I did. And later I learned. Trust me, I was screwed over. Number 6, they criticize you, but not constructively. 7, they don't prioritize you. Number 8, they keep score. So it's kind of like compete
like a
instead of
tit for
wanting to
tat.
like bring each other up. You know what I'm saying? It's
Grow. Like
yeah.
we all make mistakes,
Bro,
right?
Listen to this, bro.
I'm listening, bro.
If your
I'm
if your
sitting here
friends
like,
are
listen.
dragging you
then I
down,
have something to say
shitty
after.
friends undermining you or keeping you from growing, then they're not your friend. That's
Right.
that's pretty much what it is.
And that almost
So-
like parallels
Okay,
family.
so check it. So check
Yeah.
it. Every single point you just said right there
Yeah.
is literally even at the beginnings of our relationship how I felt about him.
Felt, but
Right.
that's a feeling
But
and
listen.
that can
Hold on.
right,
And,
that can grow.
the thing is that I have examples to go for that. I'm thinking about what the times that I was there and the feelings in the communication I had with him. Like even when we would argue, I would come back and be like, "Hey, what's going on? How's your day?"
No,
going?
that's true. That's
What's
true.
happening?
But
hold
listen,
on.
that's
Hold
true.
on.
That's
Hold
true.
on. Even
That's fair.
and then like when it comes to his growth, when it comes to him getting to his dreams, like I would have conversations with him. Now I wanted to know like what it is, like what are you trying to get to? What's happening?
Right.
What's like?
You're trying to
I
get to the
remember,
root.
I remember
The root
I
of
remember
it.
one time. It was at the beginning where I would call him and I'd be like, "Hey, good morning. Like, how you doing?" You know what I mean? And he'd be like, "Bro, why are you talking like that?"
You know what's funny about that, too?
Hold on.
That's funny, yeah.
Hold on. And
LA thing.
I would be like, "Bro, like, mental health is," and I would have to tell him quote stuff like this. Mental health in the black community is looked at as this swept under the rug thing. I'm
talk
going
about
to
it.
ask you.
Talk
hold on.
about it.
I'm going to
Keep-
ask
keep
you.
stood up.
Hold on. I'm going to ask you every day about your day and see how you are
You
doing.
know what? Yes.
So you know I care.
Wait.
Because I am invested in you
Wait.
as a person, and I'm
on.
invested in your mental
I
health.
know
just
you're
your
laughing,
craft.
but I get
Wait.
it. It's
No,
difficult
no.
for men to have these conversations.
No.
It is.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yes,
Listen,
it is.
that's not the
Yes,
thing.
it
That's not
is,
the thing.
Alex.
That's not the
It
thing.
is.
It is.
Here's the thing. Again, y'all don't have the official story from start to finish. When we first started working together, right? We had a strict like business relationship. It was like, yo, we got this
That's
event.
what you wanted.
Wait, bro. We had a strict like, yo, you got to be there, do this, do that, make our money, go home, right?
Right.
And we argue, we did our shit, made our money, go home. So there were times when I would talk to him like, yo, I call, like, yo, this is the reason why I'm calling. Like, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got this. We didn't have like we just really and truly, we've been working together since 2016. We just now are like, he'll call me and be like, yo, let's like talk about Kobe Bryant. At first, for the longest time, like, bro, he had his friends, I had my friends, but we would come together and work together and do what we got to do. So we didn't have that kind of relationship. Most times our conversations were in like an argument. So when he would call and be like, and the way you can hear this voice now, the way he talks on the radio, he'll call and be like, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
kind of how you sound in the morning anyways,
No,
when you're just
I
waking
feel you,
up.
but this is the way, like, this would be 4 p.m.
It's different.
Some
No,
people,
you know what I'm saying?
he could have took a
But
nap.
can you understand like the intention of it?
No,
like,
no,
The
we're
intention is,
good. Like,
you know,
right?
yeah.
Like, again, at the end of the day,
The love,
And
y'all.
see, hold on. And see, the
We
thing
just
is,
want
no,
peace
this is true.
and
And what I'm trying
love.
to say is that
That's not toxic. That's gross.
No. And what I'm saying is this: like
man,
I was. He thinks it's just like right around here, 2017. This is when we talk. Me, I don't have that many friends. I never did.
Okay.
And because I was always goal oriented, was always about this business shit, always doing events, trying to talk to people here and there. Like over the years, that is actually allowed me to be less and less close with a lot of people and just know a whole lot of people.
Right.
So while you, Alex, and I'm glad everybody's here because I get to say this in front of you. While you specifically
Alex.
probably didn't open up to me, I understood from a long time ago that this man's well-being is at the top of my priority.
Wow.
This man's well-being right here.
Wow.
And
You
whatever
just can't
his
make them
goals are-
crazy. Don't
Make
no.
eye contact, Alex.
on.
Make eye
He's
contact.
saying it in front of everybody in here. This is real.
No. I'm listening.
Look,
like we
dog,
had. Okay.
And look, dog. Like, because
Stop
even back
it.
then, like I had all types of people that were acquaintances and shit. What I'm trying to tell you is that even when we were arguing and all that stuff, it was never a thing where to me where it was like, oh,
Love it.
I don't care about his well-being.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
See, y'all,
but you,
even
but
on
you
the
know
show,
I'm top.
we healing.
I
We
love
healing
it.
on the
You know
ladies.
I'm top, though.
Ladies'
Yeah.
night,
can only see it
bringing
as
people
Mad
together
Dad.
on Ladies'
Mad Dad.
And so that brings us back to
Yeah.
the business part,
I
right?
do.
The business part of it is that it's a war room type atmosphere.
I'm going to tell you guys this. You guys are creating a business. You guys have something magical on your hands.
Yes.
And like I told Keith, when he was building this, we need to have retreats. And it's not, and it's as
Yeah, like a relax, like a
and I learned
vacation.
this from my
Vacation
job.
together. Vacation
Where
together.
you don't talk about business.
No, we don't talk about that. Listen, watch. This is what I mean,
And that
right?
was his idea.
Hold on. So I
That's
was
your
like,
idea.
yo. So
Look.
I went to Howard, right?
Okay.
First of all, the most lit school in the country, period. So
Shout
I
out
went
to
to Howard
Howard.
and I was like, yo. I was like, have you ever been to Howard homecoming? He was like, nah, like I hear about it, I've never been. And a lot of people that he went to school with went to Howard, people he know.
Right.
So all right, bet, bro. I'm gonna take you to Howard homecoming, show you a good time, right? When we got to Howard, like even then we were clashing on just like we're literally just two different
You're
people.
still getting to know each other at the same
You're like
time.
big bro, little
but
bro.
listen, right? But listen though, like we've been knowing each other for 4 years. We're really and truly two different people, and that's okay.
And that's
Yeah.
okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah.
I'm just telling y'all that at the end of the day, like as much as we've been growing this event, we've been growing our friendship.
Yeah.
Now, like in this like present time, like that's my dog. Like literally last year, doing my surprise birthday party, he cried. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it's love for sure. But at the end of the day, I think people out there just listening, everybody, they need to know like you can have a relationship with somebody where you're like, yo, at times I really and truly don't fuck with this person, but that person is key to who you're about to become. Because when you become that person, then at that time it will match up.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, for
where
sure.
you're
Like
both
honestly,
growing.
for him, like again, working with him allowed me to work with so many other people in our industry. There are many managers and many people that are like mad, like like super lackadaisical. I'll do whatever, and I'm just like I be want to snap, but I'm like, yo, when me and Ken met and started growing together, I got used to people like that. And again, Ken is an amazing person, really caring person. Like he really does
Good
call
human.
me and be like, yo, how are you? How are you doing? And I'm just like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like
crying in the closet. I'm just kidding.
Nah.
I'm just
That's my
kidding.
dog. That's my dog.
You're just
But-
not used to it. That's all.
no, it's not that. Because I have best friends that are also, like, entrepreneurs. And, like, bro, like, this entrepreneur shit is hard as fuck.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Like,
it really
it
is.
takes 10 years to get to be able to be like, yeah, I finally made
And
it.
then you
That's
also
minimum.
have like the background of what our lives are at this
Exactly.
point. We have like we're in a very frustrating positions. We're trying to get forward. We're just barely doing our thing. So it's like we're frustrated from that. But
Right.
we want to
It's
change our
tough in general.
situation.
It's tough.
So this,
you know what I mean?
you guys, just to let you know, this is real life. Like they are business partners, they're friends, but this is real life. Like I know
No, it is.
Keith and
It's
I have
real.
had our situations. We're growing the business, and we've had
So-
disagreements. So
I'm
it
just-
happens. But
Like-
before we keep going, I want to go ahead and jump into the chat box because it's going,
Shit,
and they got a
moment.
lot of things to say to you guys or just to us. What are they saying, Maria?
So it is. Ashley says that toxic relationships bring you down. She also says that toxic relationships is when they cut you off. But I think that sometimes you need to cut someone off that brings you down. Callie says that literally just cut a toxic relationship off. She says that her friend was consistently negative attitude and was a clout chaser as well.
Ooh, cloud chaser. Yeah, those are for sure.
That's
You gotta
another
let those
segment
go.
for sure.
Words
Yeah.
nowadays.
Clout chaser.
But that's what people are thinking is gonna make them famous. Like a lot of
millennial
cloud
word.
chasers.
Genuine.
Well,
Yeah.
and if there's anybody listening out there that wants to know what, like, yo, like, this is just
What-
the difference between something that's
Can you-
actual toxic and something that's actually something that's helping you grow, is look at where the goals are and look if they're invested inside of you.
Yeah, the
growing.
investment.
So
is
look-
there.
Is there a time
The clashing
investment?
is going to happen, but are they invested?
Right, exactly.
Do you want to see Kenway succeed in life? Do you want him
No,
to
for
grow?
sure, for
Okay,
sure,
and
for
he
sure,
wants the
for
same for
sure.
you.
Yeah.
So
But-
you guys, this is a new relationship. You guys have even said it, and not only a new relationship, it's a new business partnership. And you already said it. Growing a business and being an entrepreneur is already hard itself.
Right.
So imagine like doing that plus,
Right.
collaborating with somebody that you are getting to know, and you guys
Right.
just have to figure it out. I'm telling you,
No,
have a
we're
retreat.
good. Like we're like that's the thing. It took us when I first met him. It took us from then to now. Like we actually share laughs about random shit. But again, our industry that we work within, it's a lot of it's LA. A lot of beautiful women out here and a lot of things go on in our events. And now we can share those
That's scaring
situations.
somebody. No, just kidding.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things happen. You know what
Maria,
I mean?
Maria, you
So-
gotta
Y'all,
Wait, Maria got another
busyness in the
comment.
drink.
I do. So Regina says that you're going to make her cry.
Aw.
Brittany says that she loves the authenticity. And Ashley is asking a question, I guess, for everybody on the panel, asking, would you consider yourself to be a toxic friend?
Ooh.
Would any friends consider?
That's a good ass question.
Would any of you consider yourself to be a toxic friend?
I think, to be honest, in my younger self, I don't know if I would be a toxic friend because I didn't stay with people, but in that way, I felt a little bit toxic where I didn't give very many people that weren't related to me by blood that loyalty. Like once I felt like, you're going to be a difficult person for me, I would just not be attached to you anymore. Like, not that I would cut you off, but I would not be that loyal friend that I was now.
Well, let
I
me
am
correct
now.
this. Would your friends consider you to be a toxic friend?
Hell no.
I actually my college girlfriend for sure. I was there were things about me specifically that were that I had lessons I needed to learn, and I think that some of the behaviors I displayed for sure were toxic and were not right for that. You know what I mean? And I know that obviously when you're young, when you're 19,
That shit
you're still
sucks,
growing,
though.
you know what I mean?
That shit sucks.
But yeah, so I definitely have been toxic to someone at some point, but I think that was probably the last person I was toxic towards. Some even with my younger brother before that, you know what I mean? Where it was kind of this
Siblings,
whole
family.
my siblings, because of this whole oldest male in the house thing, from a young age. I
Cultural.
think that there were aspects there that are toxic, but I was always invested in my brother's growth and stuff like that. So I think, so we can always, look at the things in ourselves. I think that, and if you can't find how you can be a better friend, then you're probably not being real with yourself. You know what I mean?
You're just not growing. You're being
Right.
stagnant, and you're being toxic by being stagnant.
You definitely want to see if you got to bring value to a friendship. Just like if you want a friend to bring value into your life, you got to ask yourself, am I bringing value into this friendship?
Right.
So you can't just expect what are you bringing into my life? You also got to be like, okay, what am I doing for this friend?
But
like
you also could be toxic doing that. Like look, somebody if you're at a table and somebody comes up to your table by you, what are you bringing? What are you bringing?
No,
That's
I'm not. But
toxic.
I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying value as far as
can
kind of like what he's doing when he
No, I feel
when
you.
he texts you in the morning.
Yeah.
That's value. Like he's being a good friend.
No.
I'm
I
talking
get
about
what you're
value.
saying.
Not I'm talking about materialistic things. Like I'm gonna bring alcohol. I'm gonna bring.
No,
like,
I'm not talking about that.
I'm talking about like as a friend. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring value as far as like the type of person that I am. My energy, my positive thinking, my
Right.
affirmations. Just me checking on you as a friend. Like how are you doing
Right,
today,
right,
Alex?
right.
Like how's
no,
your
but
week
I'm talking
going?
about I'm not talking about material. I'm just talking about if you're at a table, and this is abstract, obviously. Like if you come to a person and that person's looking at you what are you bringing to the table? Like that can manifest being toxic because it's every time I'm around you, you're looking at me what value you bring to me. Like that in itself can make that relationship get toxic because it's you shouldn't be looking at a new person coming into your life what is this person bringing to me?
Expecting
Like a lot of girls do that. A lot of girls get apprehensive when a dude comes in and he's being very great to them and nice to them. Where they're like, well, why is he doing all this? Why is he all of a sudden like, where are you coming from? Like that can make.
I don't
shit
think of it like
toxic.
that though. I think of it as like if you're just being a good person. Like you could be somebody who every time I see just brings me joy just because you're funny or whatever.
Right.
Like I'm like, so if I have this friend who's just always like negative Nancy or just complaining or gossiping, like they're not bringing value to me. Why am I continue? Like they can be somebody like, what is the word I'm thinking of? Not a friend, but an acquaintance.
Right.
So you don't have to call
I'm not
them your
talking about
friend.
that, though.
You can have acquaintances.
I'm not talking
but
about
I
that.
don't call them everybody just a friend now. I've learned my lesson because I used to give all of my positive energy to everybody, and I got sucked out of that. Like that's why I don't share my energy with everybody because I got so depressed. Myra knows me. There was back in 2006. I got really depressed, and I had a friend who was very jealous and selfish, toxic, and she was toxic, and she literally sucked all of like my positive, and she didn't want to share me. And as soon as I needed a break from her, she took it like very. She got defensive. Yeah. She went on Facebook. This is when Facebook was popping, and she wrote like this whole thing.
Facebook is low-key popping now.
Everybody knew she was talking.
Facebook is fire.
But I'm like, I'm depressed right now. You sucked all the energy out of me. I can't be happy for you and me. Like you got to bring some positive happiness to like. I can't be the only happy one.
It's not only friendships, because when you think about relationships too. You can be in a relationship, in a current relationship right now, and not even realize that you're being toxic to each other. You know,
that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like you can be that person on like if you're meeting somebody, you can be the person that without even knowing like I'm trying to see what value he's bringing me. Like what are you doing for me? Like that person. Yeah, not the person that's coming into you that's being. You can just be that person. Like I'm not opening up until you bring. You know what I mean? That's what I mean.
There's an idea that I have. There's like, like what if being toxic is saying that it's a net negative? Like, because everybody's not perfect, right? And the people that bring into your life, like those same people could, that are like, always, negative or something like that. Some of those people are some of the most protecting people. Like they'll protect you when you go out, and they don't want nobody. You know what I mean?
Who are you talking about?
Like there can be. I'm just what I'm talking about, or what I'm speaking to is this whole idea that somebody can have negative aspects to them that are definitely toxic, but can have the other. So maybe there's an idea there that's like. It's if they're a net positive inside of your life, then they're not toxic. They can just,
sometimes.
So really quick in the chat box, Callie says, easiest way to know if you are toxic or not is by checking the energy. If you're always around drama, it's you. If everyone around you is always happy, it's you. So it's a lot of self-reflection. It's a lot of what you reflect on into the energy that you are around. Sorry, Myra, what were you going to say?
No, it's good. That was good. back to Mari.
Yeah. That's definitely a thing. Right.
And I feel like the only tricky thing, I don't know how much time we have left here, but it's like when you're moving from friendships to families, like it's maybe easy to self-reflect in friendships and decide like last minute, ultimately, like this is not for me. Let me just cut this person off. But when you're related to somebody that is bringing that energy to your life,
for sure.
I'm just,
That's
you know what I mean?
one.
Asking for a friend. It's kind of like, well, let me give you a list of some of the things that they mentioned. So some like dysfunctional things families do. So if you feel like this triggers you, let us know. Not accepting each other's differences, the constant need to be right, constantly bringing up the past, gossip, false expectations, the toxic joking and name calling. They make you responsible for your happiness. They fail to provide you with affirmations. They give you unwanted advice, codependency, and they lack forgiveness over small issues.
Yeah, that's Thanksgiving.
That's definitely Thanksgiving.
100%.
It's holidays. It's Christmas. It's New Year's.
That's
it's
how you
Easter.
know that holiday is cursed.
Man.
When you bring everybody
You just want to
together.
complain about everything. That's why, at the same time, like if you have family members like that, maybe you should only see them during the holidays and just prepare yourself.
And there's a lot of self-care that people put out there during the holidays, and they're like, you don't have to go to that family party. You don't have to do those things. You can love, like you mentioned earlier, like you can love somebody from afar. And I think that as far as family and toxic relationships go, I think that there's going to always be that connection with blood. Like you're going to love them. You're going to have that loyalty.
Right.
And you're going to want to love them because that's just who they are. But you just have to know that for you, that's not it. And that's okay. And it's okay to love somebody.
Why do you think people stay in toxic relationships?
Oh, man.
Stay
Because we're
in-
used toxic relationships, like relationship,
Or friendships.
anything.
Or friendships.
Just-
or
just-
friendships.
I think it's a norm. I think once you're used to it from an upbringing,
It's usually 'cause
a
you're
norm.
comfortable.
Well,
It's comfortable.
comfortability is
Comfort-
definitely probably number one.
It's lack of
the
growth.
reason
Like
why,
you
yeah.
like you mentioned earlier, you were like, if you maybe you're bringing that toxicity to the relationship, you don't want to grow. You're not even
And
trying to
sometimes it could be
self-reflect.
because you've known them for so
Yeah.
long, since they were like in the 6th grade.
and you're accepting
And
of them.
you
That's the
know them,
loyalty. That's
like-
blind loyalty, though.
And that's like, oh, I've known
That's
them
whack.
for like so long. But it's like, so what if you've known them for so long? If they're not good in your life, if they're not bringing you anything, if they're not celebrating you. Like if you're friends that you've known for a while, like, right, you guys have the biggest parties right now in LA. And then you got friends that are hitting you up from the 4th grade who haven't been cheering you on,
Yeah.
haven't been
They
supporting
haven't been down
you.
from the get down.
And they'll be like, Alex, yo,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
good? Show me in VIP.
We definitely have
Give me
toxic
some
customers.
free-
We definitely
There
have
are
toxic
people
customers.
that have been knowing about what I've
We
been
have
doing inside of
toxic
Los
customers.
Angeles as a DJ
low-key
for
hating from the beginning.
for
Oh,
over
they're
a decade.
high key hating, but yet still want to be part of your circle of the VIP of the free bottles.
and then they come to the door and specifically.
Like, oh, you know me.
Oh,
Look
tell
at-
Kenway I'm here, yo.
Oh no! Like
I'm,
yeah.
I'm with the DJ.
Funny
what?
story, funny
$10?
Oh,
$10?
Right.
Charge
Dog.
us.
Nah, come on. Hook me
$10.
up. Hook me up. Just pass the $10.
that shit bad.
What?
That's bad. That shit bad, bro. That shit bad.
It's terrible.
Come on,
It's-
Kenway.
We not doing that in 2019.
It'll be
though.
people that like
not
swear
doing that.
they my dog.
No
they,
shame.
You know, it's like, bro. Like,
So would
what?
you guys say that people stay in toxic relationships because they don't value themselves?
That's an aspect too. where
It
it's
could be
like-
that too, that they're
It's-
just
yeah.
people pleasers, or they're just
They haven't grown up.
low self-esteem. They don't have like self-respect, or like they just, and people like that will kind of see like, oh, they got low self-esteem. I could talk shit about them to them and just take advantage
But
of
I feel like
them.
there's a difference between knowing and just like not knowing. Like some people really are like, once they self-reflect years later after a breakup, they'll be like,
Yeah.
damn, that was toxic. But they, in the moment, they don't know. And they're just like in that vortex of like,
I specifically know somebody in that space right now where it's like, like they need to grow. They know they need to grow, but they're not in the space to grow. And I'm trying to be somebody that can say like, yo, like you need to grow. I got to be a voice for
What are you
that.
talking about?
Don't say their name.
Wait,
We're
I'm
gonna
bad.
blue blip him. We're gonna blue blip him.
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. We good.
Can I ask that when you go to those Thanksgiving dinners, those Christmas events, how many of you guys actually stand up to those family members that are being toxic?
right.
But are they even
We
worth your
don't.
time?
I
They're
did.
not worth your time, to
See,
be honest.
See, the
But
thing
that's
is
cultural. Like,
But
I think
that's
that's
always
cultural.
hard, yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
not-
It's always
Nice.
so much easier just to be quiet and look at
it's
them
like that
and
respect.
smile
It's
and
that
No, like-
respect for
No.
elders
Kathy,
sort of
real
mentality.
quick, guys.
See,
Kathy in the
said what?
Kathy in the chat box, she says, I think that with toxic relationships with your familia, it's standing up and saying, hey, I love you, but you're being toxic as fuck. So if you ain't going to act right, I'm not going to be around you. And that's real
You see
as
what she
fuck.
said right there?
Yeah.
I literally told my whole family, like in plain terms, if you do not get your shit together for this fucking Christmas, I will literally excuse myself from every single family activity.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
on that.
And they were like, damn, like, why has he got to be that way? Why has he got to be that
And
way?
then it's
Oh, you're
self-reflect.
talking.
Somebody got to say it.
And I was like, and it was like I was just so determined to have a peaceful Christmas that I wanted to let everybody know, like, yo, this is I'm literally gonna be reflecting and really gonna be observing, my Lord and Savior. I'm not trying to do all this at all. Like I'm not with none of that.
Yeah,
And I
sending
told
you
him that,
love,
and
sending you love,
yeah,
but no.
and it was crazy, bro. Like it was so, and it actually had a good
It's
effect.
courageous. It's a courageous
Yeah,
conversation
like,
to
it was
have.
crazy, bro.
It is.
Yeah.
sure.
Definitely.
I'm
it was
glad
nuts.
you guys were able to share that story with us, because there's a lot of people that want to start their own business or want to go into
Shit
business
hard.
with their friends or people, so they need to
that
hear
You
feeling.
this
honestly
stuff.
can't do that though.
And it's
Not
real.
that you can't, but
It's not
I wouldn't
recommended.
advise
Okay,
it. I wouldn't
so
advise it.
so my point there is, especially between me and Alex, what me and Alex had.
Yeah.
The thing is that we're both men and we're both very confident in ourselves and our
Yeah.
points of view. But the thing was that I had patience to deal with stuff like that.
Right.
I had patience to be able to say, you know what, like whatever argument that we're going out, every single time that we come out of this argument, we're coming out with seriously great points. Like
Right.
that are like
Yes.
so like that are so
They're, like,
deconstructed.
valid, right?
Like literally everything about everything that we do has been deconstructed to a very minimal level, so we understand our whole foundation so thoroughly that it's like we're so strong in that matter. So like there's this idea of like a war room in a business, right? When you go into it and you're just like trying to bang out ideas.
That shit every day.
And the thing is like, you know, these
but
are...
you know you're on the same team.
You see what I'm saying?
No, we definitely on the same team, 100%.
Right.
I mean,
That's what matters.
The thing about our situation that's mad unique is that 88 by 11 is 2 people. A lot of people look at our events and they're like, no, they're doing 2,000 people. Like, they got to have 20 people in their team, and it's not.
It's ridiculous. These events are
our
ridiculous.
Business calls
It's like me and Jackie. I hate her. No, I'm kidding.
Like, our calls and our meetings is literally him texting me or him calling me. Like, we literally... I mean, it got to a point where, like, when we first started building it, we were talking, like, every day. You know what I'm saying? And again, because we're 2 different people, there were a lot of times where we were like, yo, like we will be talking about, like, for instance, let's get real about it. Like,
for sure.
You
got to let people know so people
don't make us
understand
cry,
that this
though,
is hard.
we only got a little bit of time on the air.
Be mad quick.
Yeah.
For instance, we're going to do an event, like, when we did Amateur Night. Amateur Night was because I used to live in Atlanta, and I was like, damn, I kind of miss like the Atlanta culture. I was like, well, fuck it. We're going to throw a party, and we're going to put strip poles in the party, and we're going to allow people to, like, look at it as a prop. When we first started talking about it, we were like, kind of arguing on, like, how we should do it, like, what the vision is, and, like, because, but this is my vision, or we can do this, and then he'll be like, that doesn't make sense, whatever. Long story short, what I'm saying is like, there are many times where, like, we go back and forth, and we fight it out, whatever, and we argue, and we got war about shit, but at the same time, like, at the end, we do have each other's best interests at heart. But again, it's just
a battle.
So, for example, like what he just said, right? Just very small. Like, so this whole idea of like the stripper poles and strip club culture being inside of a party.
That's
whole thing was,
the country, by the
no,
way.
yeah. Hold on. But so my
that
whole thing was
the
is that people like the party aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
But see, the only thing is that I want to make sure that inside of here we're not encouraging a culture that's trying to degrade women, right?
Right.
So
Good.
that was my whole
Hey,
thing. Hold on. So
give a round of applause
you
to
see what I'm
that.
saying? That's so hold on.
All the women in
So
the
that
room
was-
is clapping, and we already yes.
Go
I know,
Kenway.
but
Kenway
no.
for
So
president.
that was
Kenway,
like,
you're welcome at Ladies Night
Kenway
anytime.
for president.
But see, that was like
Okay, can't wait
that's
for
just something
president.
very small that I was just banging out with him. Like, bro, like this is why this wouldn't be the right thing for us to go forward with.
Right.
Especially
It's the
with-
image that you
Yeah,
representing. Because
we're
now,
too-
if I hear your party, I'm like, oh, they're gonna have stripper poles. I'm not down.
Right. So that's when we made this joint decision, even though it was kind of like very
But no,
simple.
That's the thing. Though.
The
We come
joint
to
decision
much
to
faster than we did 4 years ago. We would literally be like ready to go to blows on some bullshit. Like we're gonna charge
So,
10 or
if I
$12.
remember-
Like,
I'll
if I
try it.
remember, you
should just be
actually
like,
wanted
oh,
to
yeah,
have-
let me try
yeah.
it. One
Hold on.
time.
If
I'll
I
give it
remember
on
correctly,
time.
you actually wanted to have just strippers in plain clothes, and then I was like, bro,
no, wait a
no,
minute. Before
we don't
you
want
put
strip- we
that-
don't want
plain
strippers
clo-
in plain
like,
clothes.
and office
Before you
outfits
put
or
that,
what?
wait. Before you put that on the radio, that's not true. The real story behind that.
Hey, we
Or I'll
want the
fuck around
we
and
want
have
the
a
scoop.
surviving Alex and shit. Wait a minute. No.
Surviving
The
Alex.
thing about
No, I'm just saying, like,
No,
we
no.
wanted to get away from that and just bring the shell of the party atmosphere there.
But that's like a good
that was the
point
thing,
for
yeah.
everybody to see, like how something like even so small, or like we see it as small, an idea can really change a relationship. But I think ultimately the good thing that we've seen out of this whole conversation is that we know that the intention is good, and we know that the growth is there.
Yeah.
Versus all my people that are listening and are in relationships that are not like this, where they are not investing
Right.
their
Right,
positive
right,
energy
right.
in you. Please leave those relationships in 2019.
But that shit can be mad hard though.
Please
so if you
leave
struggling
those
with that,
relationships.
I understand. Like,
but
I understand.
I know that even after times with you, I this is what I think. I think you decompress with your girlfriend. You know what I mean? You kind of do you? I
we
wanna
gotta
know.
have another
That's
segment for
bedroom
that.
talk.
Whoa.
That's bedroom
Another
talk.
segment.
Every relationship has bedroom talk.
I
Every
like that.
relationship. Nothing wrong with that.
Good.
Hi, Jake.
You
Once
know
you
what?
and Crystal get to know each other, y'all probably have bedroom talk too.
Nah, see, look.
Stop it.
I'm just trying to instigate y'all. I'm just trying to
no,
instigate
no.
y'all.
But
We
our
love
talk
it.
is
We
way
love
more
it.
I'm trying to instigate.
Look,
It's
I
not- it's
get
not
it.
real talk.
You know,
It's
it's
not
funny, and we're not saying that if you have disagreements or arguments with somebody that's toxic, because actually Keith and I celebrated our first argument, and it was right
That's
out.
lit as fuck.
It was right outside
That's
this.
lit as fuck.
It was right out. We have been like working together for so long since October 2016. It was actually when you left this show. everybody made me feel like shit because
I remember that.
Remember that you came in here. It was right
that.
before the event that we were on stage and dancing, and I was being like funny, but Keith was like, he pulled me aside. He's like, Jackie, we can't do that. We don't want to make our guests feel like we need things from the and like it was a disagreement. We had and I remember it being outside, and we like literally, and then after we talked it out. We both celebrated like, yo, we just had our first fight.
I remember that. Shout out to Keith, man.
Keith, do you remember that?
Keith,
Maria, give him the mic. Maria, give him the
dog.
mic. Do you remember that fight?
Oh, my.
And we celebrated
She
that.
was there too, yeah.
No, I told her to go inside. I said, go inside.
Yeah,
Me and Keith are going to talk right now.
Yeah. We got you. Just got to deal with the
It's
hard stuff.
important.
Is that when you text me the next day or something?
Yeah,
like that?
probably.
I mean,
remember that.
you know what? And
it was solid. It was
Yeah,
cool.
I even texted you too. I was like, yo, like, I didn't mean anything by
Yeah, I
that.
wasn't
And you're
tripping.
like, I'm not tripping. I was like, you see, Keith,
not
he wasn't
tripping.
tripping. Like,
Yeah,
why are
not
you making me
tripping.
feel bad? So I remember we had an argument outside.
I like this.
And yeah, this
First
is
of
real.
all, though, before y'all get there, we got like, I know like.
Wait,
a lot
can we
of
get a?
listeners-
Can you?
No,
let
wait,
the
wait,
listeners
real
know
quick, real
what
quick.
the time limit is?
No, because we started late because their
that's
asses
true,
were
that's
late.
true.
See,
So-
wait.
Damn.
And that is why we used to be.
He said, I'm not from LA. I didn't know the traffic.
I'm not even
Feel
going
me?
to talk
He only
about
been
his
here
side
5
of
years.
that.
It's
Yo.
okay. It's
All right.
okay. It's
All right.
Argue about to be live. This
Keith,
gonna
really-
be Takashi interview.
Keith,
Argue
really
about
quick.
to be
We're
live.
not licensed therapists.
really
y'all.
quick, Keith. Talk about that. Because we were getting along so well. We're communicating.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it because I knew it was like a threshold that we had to cross to see how we would handle conflict. I have a strong philosophy. It's like you don't try to avoid conflicts. You just try to work on how to conflict solve
Love
with that
that.
person.
Love that.
You know
And
what I
my
mean?
thing
That's
was
what it's about.
avoiding
That's
conflict.
my thing with him, bro.
But my thing was
let's get it on,
I was
baby.
avoiding conflict. But
get
at
it
that
on.
moment, I feel like I didn't do anything wrong, so I'm
Right.
gonna speak up. And that's
Please.
when we finally had like our first conflict, and we kind of had a fight. But at the end of after our fight, after we communicated and we talked about it, we're like, yo, we just had our first fight
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's good. It's almost necessary. You know what I'm saying? So
to
it just-
learn
Yeah,
about
to
each
learn
other.
and just really just get that experience. Like now because there's going to be issues inevitable that there's going to be conflict. So you don't try to avoid it because you spend way too much time preparing for conflicts that actually never happen.
Yep.
So
Right.
it's a waste of energy and preparation. So
Right.
it's just when you meet them, you just kind of already knew how it was going to end up. I knew after no matter what, it was going to be cool.
Yeah,
but we
when you
to
had
get
that foundation, you solid.
through it.
Yeah.
Like
But-
me and Ken had that foundation. At the end of the day, like we beefed a lot. Like literally, it. Like I said, when that documentary drops, people gonna be like, "Oh shit, I would never have thought."
It's gonna sound something like this radio show.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Y'all better put us in the
Bro.
freaking.
Hey,
You're
y'all
gonna-
at that point, y'all be
Bro.
paying us.
Listen.
Y'all be paying us at that point.
We had a group therapy session on Ladies Night Radio
you're
show
welcome.
listen, it's
We
gonna
want
be
all
intense.
profits, 10%
on the Good News radio
Hey,
station.
look, though, we pay all our contractors. So if you show, look, that's the one thing that we proud of too. Like, first of all, in 2018, we had like what 100, I don't know, like 50, 60 plus contractors.
Yeah.
I don't even know, bro. Like we've literally try to create this platform. But all that to say though, like you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like when me and Ken first started talking or first started working together, like we really like a Big Bang Theory. It was just two rocks coming together and exploding at one time. But again, over the time, if I look back to when I first started working with Ken, I did not fuck with him. Like I really didn't. Like I was just like, bro, this dude, like talent wise, this motherfucker is A1. Like to this day, I'll put Kenway against any DJ in the country. Hands down.
That's
$1,000
love.
on
That's
that on
love
my
right
man. You
there.
know what I'm saying? Off top.
That's trust.
Which I might
That's
actually throw an
love.
event for that, a DJ battle, but that's another thing. I just be popping on events. But at the same time, on a personal level, me and Ken butted heads a lot. Like, I mean, literally, I'm like, bruh, get off my fucking phone. Like, but again, there were many times where we're like,
Do you feel like you were like that for him?
probably, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like,
No. So you got.
I
So you're
might
not.
have
So,
been.
that's the reason why I want to let him talk because you will start to see the difference. The difference is that he's talking about we just became friends and all this stuff. To me, like this man right here.
So
been
we've
friends all
been
the
I'm talking
time.
about this one.
Give me a
Like
hug,
I
man.
knew. Hold on. No,
me a
I
hug.
knew.
Now he mad at
that
you.
this man. No. Because I'm really not. Because that's his perspective, and
Right.
I learned to love where he
Respect,
at.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how he look at it. How I look at it specifically was more so coming from this aspect or this place where it's like, yo, like we're trying to create something,
Right.
and anything that has been created is not going to be easy to do it. I
Right.
remember when I went into
we
football,
sacrificed a lot.
you
We
know what I mean? It
definitely
was
did,
not going to be
100%.
easy. There was like, we started out as a 3-person team. Of course, I believe, and he can say what he want to say about that, but I believe that there was a lot of source of frustration there. Once we got
was.
together with
was.
And once we got together as two dudes, we were able to talk how we wanted.
Right.
We wanted to do what we wanted. And you know, we were like, yo, like, look at the results. Let's keep on pounding these
No, that's
out.
true though, because literally we were a 3-person team and fucking at Busby's or whatever. First of all, the third person, again, that documentary gonna be fire as hell. But that third person, shout out to Taz, went to school with me. She was a part of our team. It was 2 guys and 1 girl. There were a lot of issues in that team. Partially because maybe female, male, whatever. But there was an event that we did because she had some things going on, and because of that, me and Ken worked together. And at that fucking moment, at Halloween, it was on Halloween night at Busby's West, 5364 Wilshire Boulevard.
Yep.
2016. On that fucking day, we looked at each other and was like, "Yo, we can't separate, bro. Like, we literally are a fucking
We have to make this money.
boss ass team." And when them checks started rolling in, we were like, "Oh no, bro, we're gonna settle." You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we had a foundation that we knew what we wanted to do. We had a mission. It was more so putting the meat on the skeleton, like, and a lot of that meat sometimes was fat, and a lot of it was muscle. But again, it's what made us who we are. At the end of the day, we're a fucking amazing team. It's 2 of us. We fucking. I'm just gonna say it. We fucking run this town. Keep it 100.
I would say this, man. It's a whole lot of. We had a gang
It's
of
a
people.
whole lot. He says it's a whole
No,
lot.
we've had so many people come and sit down on these mics,
Right.
tell us about what they're doing, tell us
Right.
about their stories for years. You
Yep.
know, since we started. You know, at the house. Y'all was at the
Yeah, you guys were at the house.
Oh, y'all went to the house?
Before we had the
Yeah,
studio,
for
they
sure.
were at the
They was
house.
at the
Bro,
house.
Keith, I don't want to cut you. I just had to say, man, look, congratulations to Good News
Hey.
Radio. Let me tell you something about Good News.
I
dog.
said that. I walked in. I was like, dog.
Bruh, the first time we did that fucking interview, we was at, I think it was at Keith's crib. Literally, the booth,
on a rug.
bruh, the booth could have been like a New York studio apartment. Like, it was like literally just a small situation. And now they really are owners. They have their own situation. Everything is branded.
I'm
Shout
loving
out to
it,
y'all,
bro.
man. Like, real talk.
Shout out.
Like,
Thank you.
fuck with
Thank
y'all the long
you.
way, man.
But yeah,
Go
you're
ahead,
right
my
about
bad.
that.
I just had to say that,
I
man.
mean, I was just saying, like, it's not a lot of people who's still actively progressing towards what they said they were going to do
Right.
years later.
Right.
I'm telling you, man, we've seen a lot of people start,
Yeah.
fall, get bored, switch up,
Yep.
and even if they still doing it, they doing it because they don't want to feel like they quitting.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
well,
right,
I'll tell
right,
you this.
right, right,
Yeah.
right.
There is
You wanna blame it on somebody else, like, I
will
quit,
go ahead,
but they
y'all.
made me do
Let me
it.
tell
They
y'all
made
something.
me stop.
There has been this guiding principle when it came to working with this man for a while. Like, it got to a point where we were butting heads so much that I was like, you know what?
I love you.
I want to hold on. No. I want to make your ass $1 million so I could look you in your face when you get it
And say, "You need
and
me."
see,
You
bro.
need me.
See, bro. See what
Nah,
we were
but-
doing was coming
but you know
through
what?
and it
Yeah.
came
But you
together.
Keep it 100.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Let's be real. People that are listening, they want to know, right? So when we
Right.
first fucking started doing events, we was making $20. It was like $25, whatever,
Yeah.
gas money.
That's frustrating.
I'm not gonna say how much, you know what I'm saying, what the difference was, but when literally, I remember we got our first big check, and we were like, oh shit, like we can literally make this shit shake. And literally, that was like 2 months prior. Ken was like, bro, you working this job? Quit that shit. I'm like, you fucking crazy. I'm not quitting my job for shit. I got fired 2 months later on my day off. Friday is a real story. People get fired. People get fired on their day off.
Wow.
I got fired on my day off at
Yep.
Cafe Midi.
You got fired on your day
Look,
off.
look.
Bro.
I told him.
Stealing boxes.
Well, see, the thing is,
Bro,
You was stealing
Listen.
boxes. That's why.
listen.
I had been telling him for a
Bro.
while at that point, like, yo,
Bro.
bro, look, you're gonna have to stop working one day.
Even-
this nigga looking at me like, bro,
Even
like,
our
yeah,
venue
right.
manager literally laughed at me. Was like, Alex, like, why are you still working? Like, y'all are really doing some crazy shit. I'm like, oh, y'all tripping. I got fired on. I was on 3rd Street 3rd and La Brea at Cafe Midi with my girl eating lunch. My boss called me like, yo, we don't need you no more. Boom, boom, boom. Literally that fucking day, we had an event. Like 2 weeks later, crazy check. I was like, oh, okay, well, fuck it then. You know what I'm saying? So like, all that to say,
there
like,
is, yeah, I
we've
was-
always
give
had,
up.
we've always had the goal in the future. And for anybody that's an entrepreneur, if you by yourself, you got a team of 10, whatever, you just got to understand, like, bruh, you have a goal, and there's going to be mad crazy roads.
And you got to
Can
give. You got a goal, but you got to give.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and can you let go of small disagreements to get things
Yeah,
done?
like,
Can you get
Yes,
that's done?
he said
Yeah.
yes.
You know what I mean?
and that sacrifice, like, literally, one day,
You know what I mean?
I opened up my fucking, I live in Inglewood and shit. And one day I opened up my fridge and we literally we actually did an event. I think we lost money, and we was trying to build this other event, so we was spending like mad money trying to put that together. I opened up my fridge, and I put this on Instagram. I opened up my fridge and it was literally like a pack of cheese and like some onions. And I literally put on my gram like, would you go through this to get to your goal? Like at the end of the day, like there are gonna be times where you down on your knees, like, bruh, I have nothing left. All you have is your hope, and like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna get there. And like literally, we both college graduates. So I could have literally been like, yo, fuck, I'm going to go back to corporate America, but I knew exactly what the fuck I was trying to do.
I was about to, like, literally, before me and him became a team, like, it was this decision.
You're not drinking that shot, are you?
No, I'm not. so hold on. So the month that we had that we had to go from a 3-person team to a 2-person team, right when she quit, he quit also. That was the story right then and there.
Fired.
No. I'm saying 3-person team to 2-person team.
Oh, when I quit.
So yeah. So he quit.
Yep.
And so it was me by myself. I think that I called him. This is hazy, but I remember I think I called him, but we had a conversation.
What's crazy about that
hold on. We had a
yeah.
conversation, but the thing was that right then and there that month, I had to make the decision right then and there. Am I going back to get a master's in accounting?
Wow.
So I had, so it was either like, yo, they were calling my phone like, Ken, are you ready, like to go? And I was like, you know what?
Nah, he's right though, because I'm
gonna go.
This is real.
I'm gonna do this.
Literally,
fuck it.
We was at Busby's, and I walked outside, and the security guard, Stacy, my dog, I was talking to him. I was like, yo, this is probably my last event here. I'm done. I was done. And Kenway walked up, because I think he had came like a little bit late that day or whatever, and I was like, bro, I'm done with this shit. He heard what I said, and I was like, I'm done with this shit. I'm not doing this shit no more. I'm about to like start another team, whatever. And literally, he called me like 20 minutes.
That was an
later.
accident, sorry.
It is a damn moment, though, because I was like, fuck him, I'm out of here. But on everything, though, he called me, and that was the first time in our relationship. Again, I've never, like, this is a mad, intimate interview.
Bro, you got to let people know this.
Yeah, this is the first time in our relationship that I was like, yo, this nigga needs me. And excuse my language, but I was like, yo, I knew at that time when he called me, like, bruh, like, what's the problem? Let's fix it, whatever. I knew at that moment that he saw the value that I had in us together. And
right.
like from that point on, again, once we left Busby's, everything was cool. Like, and again, that's just business. When money's rolling in, people are more happy. You know what I'm saying? So everything was cool. And like I said, right now, I love this guy. It's my dog. You know what I'm saying? Kenway to me is the best DJ that I've come across, and I've worked with a lot of different DJs, but yeah, man, like it's all in all. If you're in entrepreneurship, or if you're just even in corporate America, like climbing up the ladder, at the end of the day, you're gonna make some of the wildest sacrifices in order to get to your end goal. But those sacrifices are gonna be the chapters in your book. And honestly, everybody has to have a book. You can't leave this earth without a book. So just make sure that your chapters.
You hear this, Keith? We're writing our book.
Make sure your chapters, as you get to the end, because at the end of the day, like everybody has an end. Right. Every book ends. Every life ends.
And this is some real shit. You guys are letting them know. Like, if anybody who wants to get into business, start something.
It's
harder.
A business. We are registered with the state of California. We're incorporated. This is a real, serious, legit business that we run. And I don't think a lot of people know that. But they don't,
because they trip about $10.
Yeah, but,
right.
And we really go through a lot to do that. But I just want to tag onto his point. I just want to tag onto his point and say, like, yo, like, I was doing my own shit. I could have stayed with this whole mindset, like, yo, I got it. It's gonna be okay. It's cool. Or I could have been right then and there. I think that was God's fingernail right there. Like, yo, be humble right now.
Right.
Humble yourself right now. Let them know.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
I love music.
Hold on. Humble yourself and let them know that we can make some money. We can go forward. We just need to go forward. You're the best at what you do, Ken. You gotta be confident in that.
Yeah.
But you gotta be able to say, you know what? You can't do everything.
Ooh.
You can't do every single point of this, and you gotta be able to let somebody else be great also. You can't just want to. Oh, I'm great. No. I want to see him be great, just like I want to see me be great. And right then and there, that's where I was like, bro, like this whole shit has changed. Like, nah, like
the game has changed, man.
Damn, talk about it.
The game has changed.
Woo.
Go 88 by 11 mile, dog.
Hey.
Follow us, man. Our story is real as fuck.
And we're going to end it right there in topic for Toxic Friends. But like more so, you guys have an amazing story. You guys have a lot. You guys have a magical thing here on your hands. And I hope that you guys.
So do you.
Thank you. I know.
Yeah, I
me
love
and
Ladies
Keith.
show. This shit is popping.
Ladies
I'm
Night Radio
excited to
Show
see
at
this.
the Good News Radio Station. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been working with Keith for this. You guys were there, October 2016, and we're 2019. We are excited because we are already going to take this to the next level. Keith and I just had a conference call. I don't know if you guys follow either one of us, but this fool always try to FaceTime me, try to see where I'm at. He's the one that gave me mysterious
working?
texts. Where are you? Who are you with? And I mean, but I love him. I mean, literally, the whole song about like Drake, no new friends. If you follow that, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm
Because
about to say
if
that
that
shit
was
weak as
it,
hell.
I would have never made friends
But
with
that's
Keith.
all fire though. But that shit, we can
It's
tell.
it's a fire song. But if that was the case, I would have never been friends with Keith. Keith is more
Right.
than just a friend now. He's like my family. He wants to see me succeed just as much as I want to see him succeed. Like he literally took we ended the Good News Radio Show on the 200th episode
Missed that, man.
to build the Good News Radio station, and he also is the one that pushed me to start my own show. And I was like, I'm not ready. And like you were the main one that pushed me. And if I would have not had you as a friend, I would not have this show right now
man.
today. So like I thank you. Don't have that mentality. If you have the mentality, get rid of that shit because you're gonna miss a lot of great people. A lot of the people that are in my life right now are people that I've met probably in the last 5 years. But I've also had
You met us in those 5 years.
I did meet you guys, and Alex, you've also been one that gave me a lot of advice on my show. And and I really appreciate that. And because you guys, you have created something, I really look at you for advice, and I'm like, what about this, what about that? So I thank you for that. So
Yeah,
if
for
you
sure.
have that mentality, like no new friends, that's bullshit. Don't
It
follow
is,
that
it is.
because as you're growing, as you're getting older as a person, you're gonna want different people in your circle. You're gonna meet different people that are at your level, and sometimes your friends, as hard as it to let them go because you've known them for many years. You just sometimes have to you're going to outgrow them, and you just have to start, creating your new circle, your new network.
it.
So just,
To bring it full circle.
Yes.
Specifically.
Yes.
To bring it full circle. That is what 88 by 11 Mile has been doing.
Yes.
By bringing a lot of different people together at these events. There's a lot of different friendships that are spawned out of the marriages, all
Babies.
types, babies and stuff like that.
All
So
types of-
because of that, if you want to come meet some great like-minded people, young professional people inside of Los Angeles, have a great time, listen to some great music. Next Thursday at the Continental Club, I'll be DJing along with B-Hen and Slim, and we're going to have a great time. We got a limited capacity at this one. This is a smaller venue, so make sure to get some free tickets at our website, 88by11mile.com. Free tickets up right now. We only got a little bit left.
If you've never been to any of the events, definitely check it out. It's
Fucking
amazing.
cracking.
It's fun. But we're not ending the show just yet, Kendall.
Yes, more time. Hell
We have
yeah.
to do more time because y'all were late.
Listen.
So we had to extend the
Can I
show.
ask you a question? I know. Wait.
88 by
It's
11
color
mile.
people time. I
Wait,
get it.
can I
Color
ask
people
you a
time.
question? Can I ask you a question?
What?
It's a real question.
Yes.
Do you think LA people or LA natives are complacent? Honestly.
I think that's placing a
It
whole
depends.
lot of people
No.
in
Not
that
generally.
category.
Not
Yeah.
generalization.
Bro,
So
like,
we're
he's-
gonna find
Not generally. I'm just
See, the
asking.
thing
I'm asking a real question. Like seriously, as you meet. Because again, the thing
No,
about
see, the thing
wait,
is-
time out.
so-
Hold on.
Okay,
the thing
I'm
about
gonna
LA,
answer.
right?
I'm gonna answer.
Here's the thing.
Go
The
ahead.
thing about LA, which is unfortunate, is we have mad transplants here. I'm transplanted.
Right.
There are a lot of fucking people
There's
that are transplanted
transplanted,
out here doing
right.
crazy shit. So I'm
Okay.
just saying, as you meet people that are from other cities like the East Coast, New York, DC, whatever, would you when you comparing them
For
to
sure.
whoever you met or you grew up with,
sure.
would you say
Here we go.
that LA people are complacent?
So the thing is that you talking about LA people being complacent is literally you being on the outside of a sphere looking in.
Okay.
We're on the inside and we're
Okay.
actually here
Okay.
and we know who we are.
Okay.
You're talking to individuals.
Right. So
who
the
would
thing
say
is,
no.
the thing is that we have created a culture here where all the transplants like yourself
Right.
want to come here. Specifically, hold on. You want to come here specifically because
Right.
of what we have going on here.
Right.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
I don't know about that. I don't know
Yeah,
about
Yeah,
that.
we do.
I
And
will
see, the
say
thing
this,
is-
though.
hold on,
Otherwise
hold on,
you
let me-
wouldn't come and you wouldn't
hold
stay.
On. Hold on. Check it.
So
check
you
it.
with it or you're
They
not?
don't
So
come
the
to
thing- hold
LA.
on.
They go to Hollywood. They don't come
That's
to
what I'm
LA.
saying.
They
Yeah,
go to
that's
Hollywood.
true.
No,
That's
no,
true.
no.
Because the
Hold on.
average
Yeah.
person
No.
don't know about y'all
Jackie's
backyard
right.
boogies.
Jackie's
they don't
right.
know about y'all
Okay,
taco. They don't
that's
know
what
about
I'm-
that shit.
okay,
Right.
but bro,
no,
like-
I agree. I
You
There's
know
agree.
what I'm saying?
differences.
I agree.
Okay,
The
and what
average
I'm
person is
saying-
not doing LA shit. They're
And
not.
what I'm
Absolutely
saying is, you fuck with the real LA, right? The real
I
LA
fuck
people.
with you,
So
though.
hold
What
on.
LA,
I
though?
know. So I'm talking about the people
What
who are
LA?
actually here.
Right,
the
right.
local-
Everybody in
There's a
this room is from LA.
I'm talking about
Inglewood,
I'm talking about-
Hawthorne, Lennox.
But
We
listen-
all from
Born
LA
and
right here.
raised,
But listen,
South
listen.
LA.
South LA.
Don't take
South
this personal.
Central.
Don't take it personal.
Everybody
Don't
Mid
here.
take
city,
Personal.
mid city.
What I'm,
You
this
know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying. This what I'm saying though.
But it's like saying, okay, people from Detroit. You don't think people from Detroit got just strong opinions and they don't know?
No, but
Yeah,
listen, but listen,
that's
but
what I'm
listen,
saying.
Oh, no,
but
no,
listen.
no.
That
Don't
don't
take
make
it
But listen,
sense.
no, no,
personal.
but if that's look,
I'm letting you know,
we're
like
not-
it's not a complacency. I'm trying to tell you what it is, bro. Like
Okay.
the thing is that we don't have the same weather as you. So every time of the year, we don't have the same type of urgency to get places. I've literally
So
lived.
does that-
Hold on, bro. Like it is a different culture.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
you have to literally, if I'm out in Chicago, right?
Okay.
Which is just as cold, if not colder than Detroit sometimes.
Okay,
The thing is, this is very tactile.
okay.
Watch this. Like instead of going out and spending more time outside because it's -2, I go and I leave to my house and I'm going from the train station and walking fast as shit to my house. Specifically, hold on. So the thing is that there is an urgency I see in the people on the East Coast or in the Midwest that is not necessarily here in the West Coast.
That's what I'm talking about.
And hold on. And it's not necessarily because we have this whole kind of thing where we're just like complacent. We still want to grow. We still want to do these
Just
things.
know we don't have to
but-
be in a rush like y'all.
but
the weather.
and then on top of that, our
We're not
you know,
complacent. We
inside
just
of-
know.
The
Okay,
thing
so
is,
then-
so the thing is that the thing also what's going on here. Also a big thing when you're talking about complacency. I think that you're talking about this in a business way.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think and I think that because every time you mention complacent, bro, you are talking about an entrepreneurial spirit.
Oh, you're doing
not
it from
talking about
entrepreneur or, like,
you're not
personal?
No, wait.
You're
Let's
not talking about a
Wait,
personal
hold on.
thing.
Sorry to cut y'all off.
ahead.
Just because y'all, for those of you listening, I know you were expecting a certain type of show or
My
a certain
bad. Sorry,
segment to
y'all.
be touched
Sorry,
on.
sorry.
But hopefully you learned something different, and then it's all live, right? So it's all real.
Sorry.
It's all raw. So it's a lot. It's a lot to learn from. It's a lot to grow from. To accept yourself. Just remember that you are yourself. You know yourself better than anybody else, and you know how you feel that you need to be respected. And if that's not that relationship for you, then it's okay to leave that. And that's what I want to kind of in that.
But no,
Really quick, I know what Alex is trying to say. I think LA just has more of a chill back kind of vibe. But it doesn't mean that we don't have goals. It doesn't mean that we don't have things that we're working towards. It's just different cities. I know what you're trying to say.
Take the emotion out of the word, like the
no,
what's
but see,
happening-
I think
no.
your
When you're saying
emotion- your
emotion,
emotion is still-
that is the meaning of the complacent. That is the meaning of complacency.
LA is definitely laid back. It has that
Let's take the
vibe.
emotions out. Let's look at the definition of complacent.
Let me
Your
ask you a
question
question.
is laced in condescending language. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
It is.
Laced in
It is.
condescending language.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to, and I'm trying.
Real quick. Myra has something to
Do y'all
say,
hear
and
it?
then we're gonna
Y'all
jump
hear it now,
in.
right?
It has anything
You all
to do
hear
with
it,
being
right?
comfortable.
This is
Wait,
the
hold
tone.
on. Let Myra
This
say.
is the tone I'll be talking about.
What you're trying to say is, hey, are people in LA out here with a purpose? Because a lot of people, whether it's from LA or wherever it's from, some people don't really have a purpose. And you came out here from Detroit with a purpose, and you're driven, and you might look at the people out here that don't have the same purpose as you as being complacent. But really, I mean, everyone is different.
And
Everyone's
then
an individual. I don't think
and
everybody.
you know this. I can go to Detroit right now, go into Detroit, and see a lot of people that ain't doing a whole lot and
Bro.
trying to
Exactly.
and trying to grow outside of what they know. So hold on, bro. So when you come to a city and you have an idea of specifically what you want to do,
Okay.
but you see locals just like all in type of people of color.
We don't go to
neighborhoods
Detroit and say,
that
"Are you
don't-
complacent?"
That don't.
And would you have?
So
Would
the
you be
thing is,
doing?
and hold
I'm
on,
explaining.
and this is hold on.
Would
and
you
this
be
is-
doing this in Detroit?
Listen,
hold on.
listen.
And hold on. No, let me finish
Peep
it. Let
game.
me, and let me finish.
It's a yay
Let me
or nay.
finish.
Literate.
Hold on. Let me
Let's
just
keep it
finish.
100.
But
Okay,
let me
go
just
ahead,
finish.
go
bro.
All right,
Let me
hold
just
on. Let him finish. Hold on. Let him finish.
And
Go ahead.
Keith is laughing. Get out, Keith.
okay, hold on. Like keep yeah, bro.
I gotta mute. I gotta mute.
I get what you're saying.
I just
Alex,
He's gonna
real
mute
quick.
somebody.
I don't forgot my point.
Well, because a lot of
Everybody was
people,
laughing and
a lot
shit.
of people come from
Oh,
the
here it
Midwest.
goes, my
They come
bad.
from Detroit. They come
Yeah.
from certain places, and they're out here with the purpose. Specifically, they want to be entrepreneurs. They want to go become social media celebrities. Everyone comes out here to do it. The people that are already out here aren't necessarily doing it. So doing that specifically. But I get what you're saying, and I get what you're trying to say. But I guess it depends on the individual that you run into.
Right.
Yeah, because there's so many people
You're
out here
mixing
with a
complacency
purpose.
with a laid back vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
We're gonna
That's
kick it to
really
semantics
bro.
another day.
Real quick, we're gonna jump into Spanish word of the day, brought to you by Mari on the mic.
Hey, hey.
I muted both of you guys.
Yes. So, for the Spanish word of the day, y'all, it has been a crazy ride with us here today. But just know that you are still learning and growing with us. And hopefully this is another word that you can put into your little pocket here in LA for those of you who do or do not speak Spanish. The word of the day is tranquilo, which is spelled Tranquilo. Tranquilo. And that just means be calm. So when you meet somebody that's just coming at you maybe sideways, maybe you just want to help them because you feel their energy is high, you can let them know, like, tranquilo or tranquilízate, which means just be calm, be still, be quiet. And so for this next coming week, I'm just hoping that everybody just takes time to just be tranquilo or tranquila and to just ground yourself and who you are and the energy you want to give other people.
Right. Woo, Mari. That's right. You better talk about it. Go, Mari. Can't wait. What was the Spanish word of the day?
Oh, I can't
don't
wait.
know.
Hold on, dude.
Oh, no.
Tranquilo.
Okay, there you go. Yay!
Look, he trying to be Uber LA.
Hit it with that roll R, right there.
You know what's funny about that word though? It's like
Tranquil,
it's
right?
crazy how
Yeah, tranquil.
how languages differ
Gringo
in
way of
different
saying it.
cultures. Oh, I am an American, yeah. But you know what's crazy is like tranquilo is the word you said for be calm, but in America, like that root word is tranquilize.
Which means to make calm.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I just find that like if you look
That's
at the
a good
connotation,
thing. I didn't even think of
if you see the
that.
connotation, if you look at different words, like the way you guys use it, like you guys, as
It means
the way,
like tranquil.
the way
be
that
tranquil.
Us
culture,
Mexicans, you mean?
chill out.
Oh,
The way that
shit.
culture uses that word as opposed to us, the connotation is completely different.
Yeah.
If you tell somebody, you need to
In
be
our culture, we
tranquilized,
love it. We want you to just be
First
calm.
of all,
and
I
at
love
peace.
Latino people.
Good.
They're fucking awesome.
Great answer.
Fucking
Great
Yes.
answer.
We'll bring him back,
of
y'all.
course.
We might bring him back to the show because he said
Yes,
that.
I bought my
Thank you.
ticket back. Hell
First of
yeah.
all, we're in Los Angeles. Okay?
Los Angeles. That's
Okay,
right. That's
Kenway.
a
That's where we
Spanish
at,
word,
okay?
as you should.
Yo.
Don't take over my segue, Kenway, okay? Get off the mic.
Real quick, let's jump
Really?
into the chat box because there's a lot of people in here. And they're gonna. Okay, Callie says people stay in toxic relationships because they don't value themselves. Kathy says, "Oh, I think I already said that one." Crystal, life is too short. Nobody wants to be around anyone negative, not willing to grow and be a better person. Kosi says, Beyonce said it best. Callie, let me upgrade you. Sharika
This
says,
shit really
I agree
booming.
with healthy conflict. Kathy says,
Yeah.
oh, on a super side note, how do I change my profile picture? So
No.
they let her know. Keith, how do you?
There's a
how do
lot
you-
of MySpace pictures up there for sure.
Wow.
Look, she popping those. Who is Anna Martinez? That picture is fire.
Oh,
That's a B2K Millennium.
no,
concert
that's
tour.
her and her daughter at Disneyland.
Oh,
That's
that
her-
could be fire at B2K though. I thought that was like an airbrush.
That's
hat.
her and her daughter at Disneyland.
Thank you for everybody that's commenting on
I thought
here.
that
We
was an
really
airbrush
Right.
hat. That's
Oh
still
my
fire.
God.
I said it was fire.
Wow. KB from Touchdown and Tangents, he says, hell of a story. He's talking about when you and Kenway were talking about your story and your journey for your business. Let's see who else is on here. KB also says the same bogus statement about Oakland and the Bay Area. No one is flocking back east like that. So he was talking to you, Alex, about that.
Hey, but look though, transplants that come into LA and they are winning. But again, we had that conversation offline.
I don't know if they're
We gonna
winning.
talk-
Hold on.
Winning like a motherfucker. What you mean?
Transplants in LA. There are first of all,
We're killing the
there's
game.
I'm sorry, immigrants are killing it.
Fine, we're immigrants. We're aliens. We're killing it though. Off top.
This is true.
Immigrants are killing
bro.
it.
But
Not
see, the
implants.
thing is that the flaw there is
There's
to
also a
say
lot of
that
homeless
there
people
aren't
because of
people
that.
from LA going to other
Nobody
cities.
said that.
Okay,
though.
so
nobody
but
said
what you're
that.
saying, but they're
Bro, when you
those
met
people
me-
are more those people are homegrown here.
Hold on,
So
time out.
how
Here.
are they specifically complacent?
Here's a checkmate.
They're not, and
Here's
that's
a
just all
checkmate.
it is.
Here's a checkmate.
Please.
Before I got here, you was working with LA folk, correct? People that were from LA that you grew up with, right?
This is true.
Right. When I came and I met you, what was the first thing you thought? You like, oh shit, niggas on his shit. He's serious.
He's
I'm
on
gonna
it.
fuck with him,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So what I'm saying,
Understood.
I'm not making a blanket statement about LA. I'm just saying what I've noticed holistically. There are a lot of people you be like, yo, bro, you can do this, you have this talent. Nah, I'm chilling, bro. Like I'm just gonna smoke.
How many people have you met?
I feel like you guys. I feel
we throw parties.
Not like
2,000.
100 million.
Hold on. I feel.
But I'm not saying that y'all are complacent.
Yeah,
Nobody's.
those people don't have the same mindset.
Well,
They
hey,
don't.
yeah,
They
yeah,
don't. They
yeah,
don't.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then
Sorry, Anna said something. Can we get her on the mic? What'd she say?
But then you
I
run
know.
into people like us here.
And y'all killing it.
you know,
I don't
Let
think
me
it's
tell you something.
any less than
It's
the
just
people he
the
left behind
quality
in
of people
Detroit.
that you're-
Because
that
just
you're
like
meeting.
the people, he left Detroit, which is probably what 5 to 10%. Everybody else is there, so he came to our city and he's wondering why everybody else he sees here, whereas like that
Doesn't-
was in him. So
Right.
he's talking about people that like the people he left back in Detroit. So I'm
Why
just
are they
saying
complacent?
Right.
that
Right.
it's not about being complacent. It's just about he has a certain personality, and that's awesome. And I don't think he should judge others based off of his strengths.
But I'm not
Right.
judging. That's what I'm
Ooh.
saying.
You
That's
said
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
complacency.
saying.
And you know what?
No, I fuck with that. I fuck with that. She, that's
you know why that's right?
mental stimulation.
Just like you said, bro, like how you are a very, very like yo.
Y'all
like,
owe
on
us
it-
money for this therapy session, by the
Right.
way.
Damn.
We better be on your book.
I'm going to
your
send you that Venmo request
biography,
right now.
everything.
No, but
The good
listen.
news, ladies'
you.
night.
Listen.
Documentary.
I'm telling you.
I'm glad we had this
It's a
therapy
It's a
session.
non-profit we're running right here.
We had a nice therapy session with these gentlemen. I had to mute them real quick because they're trying to take over my show.
we love
Look,
them.
If you want more therapy advice, y'all got to pay for it, okay? I'm just saying. We can talk about it more after the show, but this is Ladies Night Radio show.
I got to buy us drinks after this.
Right. I need some shots because you guys have a lot to talk about. But that's not bad, though. I'm so glad that you guys are
Yeah.
recognizing
And it's real.
a lot of the things that you have to talk about. And that's amazing. You guys are bringing light to conversations that need to be talked about
Yeah.
that are not. And, I love it. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and go into my last...
Give us some affirmations.
Yes.
Girl, get us on that right path for this weekend.
And I kind of talked about it. Like, unlike the Drake song, No New Friends, I disagree. I've made some great friends within the last 5 years. For example, Keith has become one of those closest friends. And he's not only become a supportive friend, he has added value to my life. He believes in me more than some of my family members. And also, Gary V said, go audit your circle. Go audit your circle. Speaking of Gary V, which I love, I'm going to go ahead and play a quick video of him.
Not feeling it, find new friends. I'm being dead serious about this. This one is real big for me. Who you hang out with is a huge deal. And again, these are all tried and true things, right? We've heard you're the whatever of the 5 friends you spent. Like, that's real. That one, put in the bank. Cut your loser friend and go find a winner friend. Go somewhere. Go to meetup.com, go to a Facebook group, join some shit, DM the 800 people that you think make sure they're not bullshitting. They're like doing what you want, and just make one new friend. I see it, like D-Rock, like he's right, like it's unbelievable to watch my team. Like they get faster, they get smarter, they get more confident, right? It's real, man, it's real. Confidence and like hunger gets passed on to each other. It's like team dynamics. It's why like a great player that sucks shit can fuck a team up. Like go audit your circle, add one more winner, decrease one more loser.
Damn. So I definitely
Here's a big one.
wanted to play him because he says it, drop one loser friend and add a winner. And that's so real. Like you really have to look at your circle, find out who's adding value to your life, who's not, and make those changes. It's 2019. You got one life, you know what I mean? So even if you tell me, but Jackie, they're not that bad, or we've been friends since like the 6th grade, or you just have to get to know them, they're like, they know my family, whatever your reason is, I want to ask you one thing. Are they bringing value to your life and you to theirs? It can't be one way. You also have to be a good friend to them. So with that being said, just make sure as you're entering 2019, that you are, you got to cut back those toxic relationships, friendships, family, and just really focus on what it is that you want out of life. And if they're helping you, supporting you, and just guiding you into that. So before we go ahead and leave, I also want to say today's quote, as Jim Rohn, which Keith loves himself some Jim Rohn, famously said, we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So count your friends, find out who's in your circle, and you will be able to lead that and find out where you're going, the direction you're going. And, I really advise that you guys have And I love this. Like, you guys really had an open dialogue, and I love it. And a lot of people need to know and see this. For anybody, if it's a relationship, a friendship, a business partnership, this is some real conversation. And you shouldn't wait. You shouldn't pretend. You shouldn't throw it under the rug. You need to address it and communicate this. And that's what's going to help you guys grow, be successful, be happy, and just, get better for 2019, 2020. For the rest of your life. That's right, girl. So before we leave, I also like to go around the circle, and you can say whatever you want, take whatever you took from the show, or just giving your plugs. And as for you guys can promote your show again. We're going to go ahead and start with Myra right here. Myra Farfan, where you at, girl? Oh, let me unmute you real quick.
She muted everybody.
I literally had to unmute all of your asses because y'all were out of control. I was like, mute,
she's
mute,
good
mute,
at it now.
mute.
The Oprah of muting.
You get a mute. All right, Myra.
Yeah, well,
it's my girl right here. What's up, Myra?
I know you didn't do it on purpose.
No, never.
So what are we saying?
Whatever you want to say, whatever you're taking from the show, whatever you want to say.
Just, work on being better every single day, basically. Work on being better to your friends, too. Be a better person to everybody. And don't take shit from anyone.
Love it. Real quick, who's going to win? Cowboys or Rams? Stop it.
Rams.
I'll go for the Rams because
Thank
I'm
you.
from LA.
That's it. Thank you. Go Rams.
Everything LA all of us.
LA all day, baby. LA all day.
LA.
I don't support the NFL.
Oh, LA.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a different
That's another
story.
segment. That's another segment.
Everything LA now. LA.
I am Mari on the mic. It's at and Mari, Mari, on the mic. And I just hope y'all take from this that growth is possible, and you got to find somebody that's willing to do that with you and for you. And just know that if that's not somebody that you're currently with or your family members, that you don't have to continue to give and give and give without getting. So hopefully 2019 you getting more than you're giving.
Crystal, you got something to say? Come on. This is your first time on my
do. You're too
motherfucking
quiet.
show. Can you give me some love? I've known you since...
Give us a final thought. Go.
I've known you since 2000. Can you say something? That you love me. That you know me. Something. Crystal Wise.
I love you, Jackie.
Thank you, Crystal.
Oh, that's lit.
All right. Right here, Alex. What's going on?
Appreciate y'all for listening. This is our third appearance on this show. Not this show, but Good News Radio.
Yep.
Anyway, man, it's 2019, start of a new year, so big ups to everybody that made it to this new year. A lot of people didn't make it, actually physically. I definitely have friends that died last year in Detroit. So, with that being said, man, what I'm saying? Rest in peace to those and people that are still here. Just keep making every day count. It's a new chapter. But big ups to me and my partner, Kenway. We still doing events out here. We started, 3-4 years ago, and it's cool. We still here, and we're still doing a lot of stuff. We have an event next week. MLK is pretty filled up. We have an event next week, Thursday, the Continental Club. They can follow us at 88th. People spelled it right on the comment section, too.
Yeah, we'll put it in there.
88th by 11 Mile, so 88th X 11 Mile. You can follow me, Fresh Chester 248. And, man, like I said, appreciate y'all listening. It's going to be a crazy year. Those who missed Thank You LA after it left last year, just got to stay tuned. A lot of people have been asking us, where's Thank You LA? What's about to happen? You're just going to have to see. It might be done forever. It might be a rendition or something that comes up out of it later. Or who knows, man? You know what I mean? But, again, we have a lot of different events this year, a lot of good stuff coming. Shout out to everybody that worked with us last year. We got a lot of stuff coming. So, again, appreciate y'all listening. And for the topic today with being toxic, at the end of the day, man, just make sure you're a solid person, individual. All you can control is who you are as a person and what you got going on.
Right. You're
going to draw a certain energy. And at the end of the day, if it's energy that comes to you that is toxic, that doesn't mean you got to walk away. Sometimes you can legit change that person and show them the light to their darkness. So don't feel as if everybody that's toxic, you can't help them. We all live in one society. We all are one race. We're really all humans. I mean, granted, there's certain differences between all of us, but at the end of the day, we all make this world what it is. So if somebody comes to you that's toxic, if you can help them see the light, then do so. But at the end of the day, don't do it at the expense of who you are as a person. So appreciate Good News Radio. Thank you to Keith, Jackie.
Hey.
Mari. I know it's hard. It's
Mari.
You got to roll the tongue.
Mari.
So appreciate everybody letting us on the show again. And again, like I said, next week we're at the Continental Club on 4th Street on Thursday. On Sunday, we're back at home at Academy, one of the largest clubs in LA. And then Mas Vida is coming back.
Hey, free tacos.
Free tacos, man. Free tacos. We're going to do some real.
And they're real legit Latino tacos.
They are.
They're not like Taco Bell tacos.
No. No, real shit. But again, like I said, man, thanks a lot. Appreciate y'all. And we'll hopefully meet y'all, or you meet me, or we'll see each other in the new year.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. This is Kenneth, Kenway Live. And I just want to thank everybody for having me on here, Jackie specifically.
Thank you.
I hit you up. I was like, yo, like, what's going on?
I know. I was like, y'all got to come.
Right, exactly. So thank you for that. Thank you to Keith again, man. Some of the final things I would like to say is just like challenge yourself. If you can remember this, like if everybody who's listening, whatever platform you're listening from at any time, challenge yourself to, with one person in your life, see how you can humble yourself before them. Humble yourself to try to fix the relationship for the better. What one person, I just want to challenge everybody to one person that they can humble themselves before, and for a better relationship. That's my thing. You can follow me at Kenway Live on Instagram. You can follow me at 88 by 11 Mile on Instagram account. That's also my company's Instagram. Check out some of the events. I DJ all the time, but continue, I need you, if you're here and you're in LA next Thursday, to come out to Continental Club, hear me DJ for my first self-titled event. This is a big deal for me. Kenway Live, just DJing along with some of my homeboys. And peace, love, and keep God first.
What can they expect when they go to an 88th by 11 Mile event hosted by Kenway and Alex? What can people expect who've never been been to your event?
What they can expect is a couple of different things. The first thing is like it's the crowd. The crowd is always going to be curated to young professional people that want to get out and meet people just like you. Okay. You see what I'm saying? And interact with you, fellowship with you. The second thing is amazing vibes. So amazing music, amazing venues, and also amazing, libations. So like it's always, those three things are always present.
It's the perfect world.
Yeah.
It's the perfect world.
And another thing is like and I think was his last thing is like, bring an attitude that you would want somebody to, show towards you. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Going somewhere. So that's always what I try to,
What's your playlist that you normally play?
What's my playlist?
Types of shit.
Like if you had to give it a name.
Well, if I had to give it a name, it would be Sexual Chocolate.
Ooh!
What?
Yeah!
I don't know. I guess I was just.
You gonna have a good time.
Sexual Chocolate. Well, damn.
I don't know.
It's a perfect world, man. Like I said, our team is very dynamic.
That was what was on my mind. I don't know.
Wow.
No, we are though. We are.
Okay.
No, we are. We dynamic because I'm a transplant. He's a native, so it's really the best of both worlds. A lot of people, when I first got here, meeting a native was like a treat. It was like, oh shit, you're really from LA. It's dope. So you know what I mean. A lot of transplants out here, they don't really see LA natives all the time. So these events that we throw is a true congregation of everybody lives in LA. It's a real look at what LA looks like. Kenway's playing, all types of music.
Salsa,
reggae.
You play salsa? I've never seen you play salsa.
Oh, he's definitely played that.
What?
Definitely played that.
No.
Reggaeton?
Reggaeton.
If you play salsa, we definitely going to be dancing
all
on
of that.
What? Let's
We're
go.
bringing all 250 of our family members.
Look, I know where I'm at. I don't want to talk
Right. He's
I know
from
where
here.
I'm at.
Exactly. But no, it's love. It's a great event. It's a great
You play
event.
some Elvis Crespo? What?
It plays everything.
Oh, of course.
What's the new track with Drake? What's the joint that everybody all of a sudden
Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny, yeah.
But that's not salsa.
It's not, but I'm just saying,
not.
like, it's
Well,
just.
Celia Cruz is.
Hey, okay,
See?
that's a good
See,
one.
now you know.
Okay, that's a good
one.
But
one.
nah, just come to our events, man. It's a
Definitely
good time.
Elvis
We do a lot of different stuff throughout the year. This year we got pool parties. We got a possible situation at Coachella. We got day parties, night parties. I mean, again, I know everybody keeps asking us. Everybody, where is Thank You LA? What is like? When is it going to happen again? I want to do it. Like, oh my God, I never got a chance to go. You just gotta stay tuned, man. Thank You LA. Hey,
is that what you're playing?
Nah,
are you playing that?
That's the Gringuito shit.
No, that's not viejito shit. That's gonna get us dancing shit. Hey,
it's all the hits for this though.
Yo, we always play this.
They really do though. They really do.
Like this is.
Hey, if you play that, you gonna see a lot of us.
Tu sonrisa.
Oh, tu sonrisa.
Yeah, tu
okay,
sonrisa.
hold
Que
on.
bote.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
kid.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, come on now.
But no, on the real, just come to our events, man. You're going to see. It's cracking.
Yeah,
every day, no matter what day we throw an event on, it's going to be cracking.
I want to play some Baye. Like, you know, from
You gotta
from
play like
Brazilian,
Maluma.
from
You have to play
Brazil.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Like all that, like islands.
For sure.
Sonrisa.
Yeah, this one of
Será
my.
tu sonrisa.
It's all the hits, man. We hear this. It's all the
Échate
hits.
pa' acá.
We do Afrobeat too, you know what I mean? Like, we do it all.
Será tu sonrisa. Será tu sonrisa. Okay, if you play that, you got all my listeners there.
That shit hard.
Thursday night, just
That shit is
FYI.
Can't wait live. I play it all, baby.
I'm really
Afrobeat
glad
all the
you
way
guys
down
came
to-
through.
Thank
if
you.
you guys have
Thank
never
you.
been to any of their events, definitely go check them out. They're a great time. Everybody there is just really there to have a good time. And it's literally, I've never bye sister. Bye. That's my sister Anna.
Bye.
She flew in from Oakland. She came straight
love
here,
her.
and now she's going home. Shh, I'm sorry, I can't tell anybody that you flew from Oakland. Apparently, bye. That's my sister. I literally have a great support system here, as you guys can see. Family, sisters, my cousin, friends that I've known since 2003, 2005. My sorority sister right here. Like, I literally have a great support system. And if you guys have toxic people in your life, literally get rid of them. You're in 2019.
Yep.
You're living your life. You got one life. Let's focus on that. So thank you guys for coming through. I really appreciate all of you guys for coming and talking to us. Keith, do you have any last words for our listeners? Because I know you've been here for a while. Come talk to my listeners. Any last minute words that you have for them?
minute word.
Okay.
Go Keith.
Hold on, Kenwa. You have a lot of
Right.
last minute words.
Go
Hold
Keith.
on.
My bad.
Let my Keith talk real quick.
I'm here, man. I'm just enjoying
He the
show,
king.
man. That's it. I'm just enjoying.
This
the
is
show.
your fault.
But really, this is what radio's about. The radio always say, like, if you're gonna do this and you're gonna sit down in front of a mic, you're gonna have to expose yourself.
Right.
And that's what makes for the best radio. Y'all expose yourselves today. You know what I mean?
You
So that
really
was
did. And
good.
we really
Yeah.
appreciate that.
And it's forever
Y'all
out
know
there.
Y'all
Real.
comfortable enough to do so.
Yeah.
That's talent. Because a lot
Yeah.
of people don't have that ability.
We comfortable with y'all, man. We do a
Aw.
lot of we've done a lot of podcast interviews, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, we do get real, but you know, with y'all, it's always been like, okay, let's really like put it out there. Like I feel like as
You
we
home.
grow up this ladder, you know, come up this ladder together, like when they're like, oh, we want an exclusive interview with them, it's gonna go to y'all first. You know what I'm saying? So
What?
whenever
That's all.
Okay.
you know what I mean? Let us know. Whenever
Real
y'all want like
recognize
some
real.
wild shit happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just be like, yo, King, I need that interview. We'll be there.
So we better be in your book. We better be in your documentary.
Yeah.
And you guys will be in ours.
Yeah.
Better be.
We're
Goddammit.
doing ours too.
I'm out.
Documentary, look,
yeah.
man. Documentaries that's where it's at, man. It's all about content nowadays. So you gotta put out as much content as you can. Even if the content is shitty, put it out. People gonna like it.
And my thing was is that for your topic, toxic friendships and toxic relationships, try to challenge yourself to get rid of toxic behavior on your end.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's
yes.
real. That's
Whatever
real.
you can do for yourself outside, if you can examine yourself and see what toxic behavior you're displaying towards some of your friends, some of your family, get rid of it. Because if everybody had that mentality, I think that we could get rid of a lot of toxic relationships.
That's true. That's so true. Thank you, Kenway, for sharing that. Thank you, guys. Once again, your event is next Thursday. It's Martin Luther King
The
weekend.
kickoff, yeah. for
And it
MLK.
starts at what time?
10. Everybody's free until 11:30. As
But you have
always.
to register to be
You have
free.
the RSVP. You can click a link in our bio and
You'll
on
be
our
free
Instagram.
until when?
11:30.
11:30. You're
11:30.
free.
An extra hour. LA people are only used to 10:30, so y'all better get with it.
Y'all better
you gonna
get
make
there.
generalizations now, but
Yep.
okay, all right, that's cool.
I
that's
didn't
cool,
say
that's cool. We gonna have-
complacent.
we
Are you
have
going to
this
start that
conversation.
again? I didn't
No,
say
no, no, no,
complacent
we
till
good.
10:30.
Well, we know our people from LA. We get it.
Nah.
Everywhere takes 20 minutes to get to the place that you're trying to get to.
Traffic
Yeah.
is crazy.
So, and if you've never been to an event by theirs, definitely check them out. They're a fun crowd. It's a good time. You're going to definitely leave, turn up. And you guys going to have the bows, the Hennessy bowls?
No, not this time. Not
okay.
this time. Henny Bowls.
That's for
Yeah,
special
Henny
stuff.
Bowls is for special stuff.
Well, check
like-
out their Mas Vida. They got free tacos. Their amateur night. They got free lemon pepper wings, and their aquaholics in the summer. The littest pool party ever. I hope you guys bring back Thank You LA. That's one of the first events that I've ever gone to, and I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you, and thank you to our listeners for being here and spending
Every
your
week.
Friday night with us. We see you. We appreciate you. I'm your host, Mysterious Jax. This is Ladies Night Radio Show, and just remember one thing, ladies.
You are enough.
Woo!
They look up to me. I got fake people showing fake love to me. Straight up to my face. Straight up to my face. Something ain't right when we talking. Something ain't right when we talking. Look like you hiding your problems. Really, you never was solid. No, you can't sun me. You won't ever get to run me. Just when look, gotta reach out.